No, for sure, man. 216 love, man. We doing that. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to see something real quick. Try and make sure my audio is right. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I think it's right. I think my audio right. But yeah, yo, what's good, man? What's going on? Y'all already know what it is. This is Tunensports. I am one of many voices for Cavs fans, but glad you decided to tune in with me today. Shout out to you that's on the playback. And of course, man, y'all already know. Don't forget to push that like button for your boy, please. Where's my button?
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing along. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the button, man. Don't be afraid, man. It's free, man. But yo, I've been gone for a little bit, man. I took a little break. It's been real tough on trying to watch these playoffs without your team being in it. It's been kind of rough, man, because how your team went out, man. But I'm getting over it, man. It's hard. It's really tough for me, man, because y'all just don't realize how how attached I am to this team, man. And to go out like that, it was just like it hurt it. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like Donovan. I know Donovan felt worse than me because he actually out there and he's playing for something. But it hurt, man. It hurted Donovan. It hurted me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It hurt it. But yo, before I continue on though, man, Kendrick Perkins, man. I just want to tell Kendrick Perkins one thing.
A steal. A dream up. You have a tape. Girl like this. You shut up! Shut up! You shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
That's all I'm gonna say, man. I have nothing more to say, man. I just, shout out to Kendrick, former Cavalier, man. But it's just like that, man. The comments is crazy, man. It's not even about. It's more so about the Donovan Mitchell thing, man. Like I heard other like great players, like stars players that actually had great takes on the whole Donovan Mitchell thing and not getting out the second round. But I don't know, man. It's just like don't get me wrong. The Cavs, they gotta get over. They gotta get tougher. But it's just like some of the comments was like, bro, all right, bro. Like I respect Kendrick Perkins, but like I respect the other star players. You know, I liked it. I like their takes on the whole thing. I thought they broke it down well, man. But shout out to Kendrick Perkins though, man. But nah, man, I don't. You know, it is what it is, man. But let's move on to the topic, of course, man. So here's my reaction, right, to the end of the season presser from Koby Altman. I know, Tune, yo, that was yesterday. Nah, man, we doing it today, man. I'm doing it on my time. You know, I know it was yesterday, man. I had time to get to it yesterday, so we doing it today. From my reaction of it, right? So, the Koby Altman thing, and you know, just talking about what I took from it, and I took notes. So first, let's get to the main thing, which is the core four that people love, that people hate. Let's get to that part first. Let me play the audio.
I love our foundation. I love our core. You know, our starting lineup is the average age is 26.8. You know, we have two all-stars that are 25 and 23 respectively, and they're going through it. They're going through these experiences. They're going through these battles, and we're sustainable in a lot of ways. Not just because guys are under contract, but our youth, our belief in this group. In a lot of ways, there's a newness to this group as well in terms of, you know, our new head coach that's been with us for 1 year. Us figuring out an offensive identity happened this year. And so I'm really high on and optimistic in our future. That being said, it can't just be 82 games. We have to figure out this next 16. We have to figure out how to get over the hump. But this group has shown they can play some of the best basketball in the world. It's how do we do it?
Now, I have to give it to Koby Altman. I don't think he mentioned anything about analytics. Like this time, like during the whole little presser thing, I don't think he said anything about analytics this time. Now, I don't remember it from the conference, but I know he said something about them being, you know, one of the best offensive teams in NBA history. You know, that, you know, was something big for the Cavaliers organization, which don't really mean nothing because you flamed out in the playoffs. Like regular season success, playoff success. Like I get it. You know, you made history. You and Oklahoma City ranked high in the ratings, but like it means nothing. And I think one of the reporters challenged him on that, saying like, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, what about the postseason? And that's what matters. If we being real, we got to be real. That's what matters, right? Regular season is cool. But playoffs, we judge you by the playoffs. We judge the stars by the playoffs. But Koby, like, he loves his core. He loves the core four. He thinks it could work. He believes this team. He believes this core. He believes they can get it done. And I know some of y'all don't want to hear this, but Koby, he's gonna run it back with this core four. Not saying it's 100%, but don't be surprised if you don't see no major like shake up, like no major trade happening. I just want you to be prepared to be ready to see this core four going into the next season, into the next, 25-26 season playing together. So I think they're gonna run it back. I learned not to doubt Koby Altman though, because when you count him out, he always has like something up his sleeve. Like we thought last year, yo, they should have broke the core four up. Like y'all was tired of it. I was kind of tired of it too because I wasn't sure. But they ended up being the best team in the East. I mean, the facts are the facts. They was the best team in the East. And had the best offensive rating if we going by regular season, of course. They had injuries. They did it. You know, that played the part, man. And they played a great Pacers team. I think a lot of y'all downplaying it. That's kind of crazy to me. Like that Pacers team is really a good team. They're not bums. Like they're not scrubs. Like that's a really good team. So I think a lot of fans, was just in emotion. But let's not downplay Indiana because they nice. They in the conference finals again. With Kobe logic though, he compared the Cavs to teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who's in the Western Conference Finals. Last year they was at the top of their conference. They got put out in the second round. And finally, they getting over the hump this year in the game 7, being the Denver Nuggets, right? Denver Nuggets banged up. Everybody banged up in the playoffs. But he brought that up, right? And a lot of things he was saying, it was true, but he wasn't adding like the whole story to it. Because OKC Thunder, they have that young talent together for the most part. Yes, they have all them picks, but they did bring in other pieces to help uplift that team to the next level. They did bring in Alex Caruso. They did bring in Isaiah Hart, former Cavalier, who played for the Knicks, who was big for the Knicks. Like they did bring other pieces. Like I think Kobe then mentioned that, and he also brings up the Denver Nuggets core, which might be broken up this season. I don't know. Who knows? But they kept that core together, and he brought that up, and they won the championship, right? Of course, let's not forget they added good role players to that team, guys that had deep playoff runs. They added that to the roster. You just have to tell the whole story to their process, right? But yes, for the most part, they did keep that core, the Denver Nuggets core together, right? And added Aaron Gordon. Let's not forget about Aaron Gordon, who's been big for them. And then he talked about the Celtics, right? Now, the Celtics, they're a little different, sort of, kind of. Took them a couple years, 7 years to win the championship. Because I remember people was trying to break that, like they were trying to break Tatum and Brown up. I remember that. They were trying to break that team up. And they kept getting to the conference finals, and they just couldn't get over that little hurdle, right? That little hump. And I never thought they should split Brown and Tatum up at the time. I thought people was hating on them. I just felt like you just had to reshape around them, and they did that. They made a trade that really impacted the team, and you see it got them a championship. But the difference is their best players are two big wings who plays defense, who plays both sides of the ball. And they also made a trade that they made trades. They got Porzingis, they got Jrue Holiday. They went out and got people, but that their best players, two big wings, play both sides of the ball. Our best players is an undersized backcourt who are, defensively a liability if you want to look at it that way. And what he was saying when talking about the Nuggets, the Celtics, and them those teams, he was saying like it takes time. Like it might take, like, I don't want to say years because the Cavs window is not yet, like, they got a window, not a big window, but they got a window. But he said basically it takes time. Like it's gonna come. Like it's gonna come. Like you trade away a Darius Garland or Jarrett Allen, if it comes to that, like if it comes to that, I think he will have to do, like, if it comes to that, like that would be on the table, right? So, but it sounds like he wants to give this team, another year or whatever, man. And shout out to Joseph, man. Shout out to Joseph, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Joseph, man. Shout out to Joseph, he just had an interview over there too as well, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with his last video. But yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, share, man. Appreciate Joseph, man. But Koby Altman, he wants to, get his team another chance, man. He talks about the process and having a great regular season, but needing to turn that regular season success into playoff success. And I think he wants to see what this year 2 looks like under Kenny Atkinson. I mean, the season was a success in the regular season, with Kenny turning his offense around, from what JB did with it, but it was a failure because of the playoffs. That's true. But you can't teach experience. You can't teach it. You have to get that. You have to play the games. And, Kobe said that's what happened in the second round because you face a more experienced team in Indiana who been to the conference finals twice. They have some guys, that been, on that, them runs, right? Made deep playoff runs. They have a guy on the roster who actually played in the finals and won a championship and who was a big part of that championship run. But he said, like, this was our best year with this core four out of the years they played together because Kenny had a plan. I think he did well in the regular season. He managed the guys' minutes well. He went deep in the bench a little bit. Guys were healthy for the regular season. Even Evan Mobley was more available, and Jarrett Allen playing all 82 games, which is rare for guys in today's NBA. And going into the playoffs, for the most part, healthy. And I think availability helped us with the regular season success. And I just think, like, I get it. Now, he talks more about the core, and he talks about the tax apron and stuff like that. But he also talks about the development around the core four and other guys. He says the culture that we have, the internal growth, the youth, the championship being wide open, which, it is wide open in the East for us. He said we're going to pursue next year and a year after that. So, like, because of the CBA, there's not going to be, like, major shakeups that y'all want. Like for example, like, I seen somebody send me something today. We all fun and games, but like you're not going to get Giannis. It's not going to happen. Or some 2K fantasy trade. With the CBA, it makes you think about the moves you're going to make. The Cavs being, in the second apron. Like, you got to just think about these things, right? So for Koby Altman and his organization, like, it's going to be important to develop your guys, your homegrown, because you're not going to be able to keep everyone and pay this guy and try to bring this guy in and try to sign this free agent, So guys like Jalen Tyson or even Imani Bates, right? Shout out to Imani Bates. We're going to need them guys, right, to get ready. And maybe they get a shot next year or the year after that because development is important. Your rotation guys, if you get them guys on discounts like Ty Jerome, he should be, we should be able to bring him back. Hopefully, his value, I'm sure, dropped. Sam Merrill, like, those guys had success in this Kenny Atkinson system. You bring them back to help you pursue the championship. If you want to bring Sam Merrill back, it is what it is. But Ty Jerome, I definitely wouldn't mind having Ty back, man. I won't let that playoffs change my mind about what the guy can do, right? He also he gave details on the Cavs' plans and offseason plans. With the CBA, we have to continue to develop our guys. Like I said, Imani Bates, Luke Travers could be a guy, right? Those guys could become rotational players someday, one day, right down the line. And that comes with being a part of the second apron, being a second apron team. So our youth on his team is part of the plan, I think, right? And he talks about Dan Gilbert and the family, patience. We already know Dan, right? He's willing to spend. He's like, my notes right here. He talks about that. He's willing to spend. He will be willing to be a tax team if you got to be that, right? So Dan Gilbert wants to win. We know that. He's not a cheap owner. He wants to win. I want to win too. But we just have to think about the CBA, right? How all this stuff works. What's good, DFJ? Shout out to DFJ, man. What's good, DFJ? Make sure y'all tap in with DFJ Hoops, man. Shout out to DFJ, man. Shout out to DFJ.
I know that ain't who I think it is. Little big brother.
Shout out to DSJ, man. You said some crazy things, man. You know, we talked behind the scenes. You said a lot of crazy things, DSJ. I'm gonna let you live though, man. I don't disrespecting my guy, man, Mobley, man. But look, it's all good. Um, but let's tackle the smaller backcourt problem people have. Kobe loves the small backcourt. He said it works. I know history says different, but he said it works. So he said, let's stop saying it doesn't. Like, he believes like Darius has like this, another gear he can tap into. And that comes with Darius being more mature, more healthy. That plays a major part because we dumping on the Cavs, right? We was dumping on them, but if the Cavs were healthy, who says that don't make a difference? I really could say that, right? Like, okay, maybe they don't lose in 6, right? Maybe they don't lose in 5. Maybe they lose in 6, right? Or instead of 5 or 6, maybe they force a game 7. Like, how do game 2? How these games turn out if guys are actually healthy? But that's part of the game, right? And everybody's banged up. Injuries part of the game, and that goes along with the toughness of this team. Playing through injuries and stuff like that. But I'm just saying we can't ignore that though, bro. Like, they was, hurt. At least Darius, I know, was really hurt with the foot, with the toe. Some of y'all want Darius Garland gone. And here's my thing, because this is Cleveland, right? Like, I'm all for players that wants to be here, right? And Darius genuinely, like, he wants to be in Cleveland. Like, he says it all the time. I know, you can say a lot. No, like, I think he loves, being a Cavalier, loves being in Cleveland. Y'all know Cavs don't attract names, right? Darius is homegrown. We drafted him. So I'm all for giving him another year. Like, and if he needs to go in order for us to take that next step, then sure, I'm for that also. But he wants to be here, man. And Kobe said, like, he needs to get stronger so he can compete on a higher level. Same thing, he brought up Steph Curry. Steph Curry got stronger, and and yeah, Steph Curry not the same Steph Curry no more. He fights, but he compared, he brought up that comparison, and just saying Darius needs to get stronger. Gotta get our diet right and stuff like that. Work harder. And someone asked, right? There's like 2 small guards, you talking about the regular season success with the 2 small guards, but in the playoffs, how does that change there? Like, they asked him that. I forgot. I don't know who it was. And Kobe, he brings up, well, health, which is a fact. It's not a lie. He wished we had a healthy backcourt against Indiana. Like I said, what if, right? But that still was a tough matchup. But the small backcourt is a question mark, right, for people. But that's why you add a DeAndre Hunter, and you have a Evan Mobley, and you have a Jarrett Allen ready to, contest shots and help each other out, man. So for me, I'm not the biggest fan of the small backcourt, but because you had them guys, I could live with it, man. But I do think in order for Donovan to, I do think he needs something else in the backcourt. But I'm not going to say, to get rid of Darius. I'm not going to go with it. But I do think Donovan could use a more another guard that can play defense, of course. But let me move along, man. Shout out to Wiley. Wiley in the building. He said trade 3 people and we will be fine. So Wiley, who you want to trade, man? Tell me who you want to trade. Wiley? He said trade 3 people, man. We'll be fine. I don't know. If we trade, I don't know, man.
The one?
I hope so.
Okay.
But let me move along, man. To Jarrett Allen, right? Let me move along to Jarrett Allen.
This is part of his story. It's interesting. I thought about this too. Talk about Jarrett. nobody talks about Miles Turner like they used to, right? Remember Miles Turner, how many times he was in trade rumors, and do they re-sign him? And I don't think guys remember, we played them the first iteration when we were the title contenders years ago. We played against Miles Turner, and that Indiana Pacers team went to 5 straight first round playoffs and lost. And all of the, do we re-sign him? Do we trade him? And now Miles Turner is an intricate part to what the Pacers are doing. 2 conference finals. They're not who they are without Miles Turner. And so, again, like we got to take caution before we say, well, we'll be better out without Jarrett or find something better. Miles Turner is an incredible example of how you stick with a guy, and they've reaped the benefits of that. And he went through way worse than Jarrett in terms of the public trade rumors and not resigning. And now, Turner's a huge part of their success. And so we got to be careful. Like, Jarrett was a former All-Star, played 82 games. You're not going to get much better if you're talking about, moving away from Jarrett. Jarrett's an important part of this core.
Yeah, so he taps into the Jarrett Allen thing, man. Wiley said he's done. He done with Jarrett Allen, man. He wants this guy in, man. He don't want to see this guy with the 2 cats no more, man. I get it, man. Hey, look, bro, I'm not mad at you, man. But he said, let's get these other guys, some run. Let's give Imani Bates, some run, man. Look, man, you have your opinion, man. But Sam, Dean, or Okoro gotta go. I like Okoro, man. You know me. I like Okoro. I can't Yeah, I like Okoro, man. It's hard, but he do have a contract that you will want to move. Him and Dean, like them guys, what they've been doing last couple seasons, just but they good defenders though, man. Shout out to DJ. Beautiful day today. I won't say anything about the fro, man. Nah, don't. Yeah, man. Let the fro let the fro live, man. Let him live, man. Let him have a great rest of his a great May. let him live, man. He already people already want to put him in trade rumors and stuff like that. But the fro, now look, I'm gonna be honest though. I like Jarrett, but like if someone was to get traded, I said this, like, I feel like I said this every season, man, when we flame out. If someone was to get traded, he will be the first to go, along with Isaac Okoro probably, or Dean Wade, but is Jarrett Allen expendable for you, right? He is expendable. I think he could be. I mean, he didn't have the best playoffs, but at least he was available, this time around. I could say that. But like Koby said, like during the conference, right? I'm not reacting to I already saw the conference, but I'm not gonna touch at every point. I try to get to every point, but he said, give a lot of credit to the Indiana Pacers, man. They play 5 out. Some of the rebounds, right? Allen couldn't track, I think, was possible, right? Possibly because he was being brought out the paint, but still, the rebound thing was a problem, and even scoring the ball, right, was a problem. But my question, I guess, to y'all, like, are y'all done with Jarrett Allen? Like, how does Jarrett Allen fit with the core, right? Being tough mentally and physically is a thing. And we know Jarrett Allen, we know Cavs soft, Jarrett Allen soft, but this dude Koby said you have to have some toughness to play 82 games and play all playoffs. That's what Koby said. But man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. That boy's soft, man.
What?
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
He's soft. The boy's soft. I like Jarrett though, man, but like, man, I defend you every time, man. It's hard defending Jarrett Allen sometimes, man. But I think Jarrett Allen is a good player, man. I know Wiley like, yo, he want to bring his boy up from the G League. Wiley said he's hungry, man. Wiley not playing. Wiley's for real. He's serious. But like, yeah, playing. Okay, you played 82 games. That's cool. That's great. You know, he played. That was a goal of his. He had a goal and he did, achieve his goal. Playing the playoffs, all playoffs, because he was out last year. Great. But man, playing games is part of your job, man. Rebounding is part of your job. So, playing your role is part of your job. So, man, stop it, man. Look, if Kobe thinks Jarrett Allen, has the toughness, sure, okay. But look, long story short, he talks about he not going to give up on Allen and make a trade just because. And I do agree with him. Like, what if you don't get better trading away Jarrett Allen? I think Jarrett Allen is underrated. Sometimes, most of the time, yeah, he's underrated. But he said, like, nobody talks about Miles Turner like they used to, right? Because he was in trade rumors, right? And he been to put out the playoffs year after year. He's been getting that belt, by LeBron and them boys. But yeah, Miles Turner been around for a minute now that I think about it. But yeah, we Cat's been putting belt to the Pacers, but he was in trade rumors. They was trying to like shop him, I guess, and I guess he's basically comparing Allen to Turner because saying if you stick with that guy that you're trying to give up on, you never know. You could benefit from that guy later down the road. You never know. J.A. could be that success story, for the Cavaliers. And it would be a beautiful story if the Cavs was able to win a championship with Jarrett Allen after, everything that's been going on. But let's move along though, man. So is Jarrett Allen expendable? Are y'all done with Jarrett Allen? I don't know. Let me move on to the Evan Mobley thing now, man. I like Jarrett Allen again. But yeah, man. But let's talk about Evan Mobley development. Let me get Jay off the screen, man. Love you, Jay, man. But yeah. Get off my screen, bro. Get out of here. All right, anyway. So yeah. Evan Mobley. Let me just play this little quick audio.
A big reason why we hired Kenny Atkinson was for the off-season program. We're going to be still rooted in player development. I think you see a lot of players get better. Wrapping his arms around Evan this off-season, getting Evan used to the usage that we portrayed this year is a big part of that. And Evan, can he play 3? Can he play 4? Can he play 5? In the playoffs, we need more. We need more than 13 field goal attempts a game, right? That's new. That's new for Evan. So there's another jump. And so to that point, like, Kenny's going to be able to implement his offseason program, which we're very excited about, and we're going to see some internal growth there. And we think we have one of the best big men in the game in Evan Mobley.
That was a quick little audio about Evan Mobley from Koby Altman. I'm very, interested to see how this offseason stuff works out for Evan Mobley. So, with Koby Altman, he talked about toughness, growth, development, all that good stuff. So the main thing I got from him, that I wanted, to really talk about was, the offseason plans, for Evan Mobley. Like, he gave insight on that, right? Kenny will be working, on getting Evan Mobley to take another step, another big step, right? And yeah, he made the All-Star team. That was a step. All-Star team was a step. And he got the DPOY. So he did all the right things this past season. this, current season. But he's only 23. He's got room for improvement. His growth can be greater than that. Like he said that he have an all season plan for Evan, right? Um, he said like we're gonna need more usage out of Ev. Next year is a big thing. We need to get him more attempts. So yeah, we need more usage out of Evan Mobley. That's going into the offseason program. He said we probably should have used him more as a ball handler to help with the guards. So that's going to go into the offseason program. And he said we go as Evan Mobley goes. And that tells me like, yo, what people have been saying, like Evan Mobley need to be the best player. If the Cavs want to, take that next step. Donovan's still the guy. He's still the leader. But they need Ev to be, that guy. We need him to take that step. So Mobley has to take another jump, and with that, we talk about the changes. Koby Altman really didn't say, no major changes, but he did say changes, but not in a way like it will be change coming, right? It might not be another big trade or free agent signing, but change where guys is going to get better and develop. He's putting his trust. What I got from the conference, he's putting his trust in Evan Mobley to be that guy to take us, be better than what he was, because we all know what he can be. With playoff experience and chemistry, together, he believes that what the other guys need, right, is playoff experience. And they are getting that. They got that, getting over the hump. That's going to be, can't wait till they do get over the hump, but just experience. They've been getting that. It's been not all good, but they've been getting the experience, man. Sometimes you got to fail in order to succeed, man. And with Ev, man, the big reason why Donovan even came back was because of the plan Kobe laid out for him. And he sold them on Darius Garland. But more importantly, Evan Mobley was the guy that when they said, I'm definitely coming back because I believe in Evan Mobley becoming a star in this league. We all have eyes. I can see it. Kobe and Don can see it. It's just that you just have to have patience and trust. Evan Mobley could be, one of them guys that's a top 5 player one day. We'll see. But Koby Altman is putting trust into Evan Mobley, and I'm here for it, man. He said the most overrated player in the league today. He can't. Oh man, you know what? I haven't did this in a while, DFJ, man. I haven't did this in a while, man. I gotta hit you with the shame, bro.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Oh, you kicking your opinion? No, listen.
I said that from the beginning.
Listen, Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
I would think it's a fact.
Opinion. No, ain't no goddamn fact.
These are all opinions.
That's your opinion, DFJ, man. That's your opinion, man. So look, that's your opinion, man. DFJ crazy, man. He said we get guards players, but at the end of the day, we have a big man at opportunity. He's a stretch big, and he could help Evan Mobley with a lot of stuff. TT retired because we need that other. I don't know if double T retires. I mean, I know it's a hit or miss. Some people love TT, and others, double T. It just be jokes waving the towel. But I think you need that veteran presence on a team, on the bench. I don't know if Double T is the guy, the vet that you need, but he's one of the vets that should be there. You need some type of vet on the bench. Every team, I believe, need a vet or two, especially a young group, need a vet. So, I don't know if Double T retired. That's a good question. I don't know. I like Double T, but could help Evan Mobley with a lot of stuff. Jarrett Allen does that though. Jarrett Allen, I don't know why. Look, Jarrett Allen not going nowhere. At least not right now. He helps Evan Mobley with stuff, man. He benefits from Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley benefits from him. They benefit from each other. I mean, I get it, but Evan Mobley took that step, right? And he's gonna continue to take steps, man. I think Jarrett Allen helped. The problem is we didn't have a backup big. We didn't have a backup big. That's another problem that we felt to, besides the injuries. I've been saying all year, I talked with y'all know Joseph, like we needed a backup big. And we didn't have that. Hold on 1 second. Shoot. But yeah, backup big, bro. Like they signed OKK. They signed Chuma. I wasn't a fan of the signing, but it was just to fill out the roster, right? Fill out the, last roster spot. But I wanted Marcus Morris back or, somebody else. But, it is what it is, man. You said spot, yeah. He said Imani Bates better than Evan Mobley. But yeah, you'll try. Yeah.
Like he might have gotten out of the way, and Kenny Atkinson.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Yeah, DSJ, man. You know what, man? I ain't even gonna. Before I let Joseph up, man. Yeah, you need help, man.
Shame. Shame.
So then, now, when does crack? Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people. What the hell has this world come to?
Yo, shout out to my guy Mike. Shout out to the Bull. Shout out to my young Bull. Shout out to Mike, man.
I know that ain't who I think it is. Little big brother.
Shout out to Mike, man. Y'all make sure y'all type in with Mike Sports Vibes Balling. That's his basketball channel. He got 2 channels. Type in with my boy Mike. What's good, Mike? I know you happy, man. I'm about to let you up now, Joseph. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to Mike, though, man. Congrats on your first 1,000 subs. Hard work. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. You already know, man. It's only up from here, man. Hard work definitely pays off, man. But it's more work to be done. But I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Mike again, man. Let me appreciate you, man. I got my guy Joseph in the building, man. What's going on, Joseph? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I saw you were going up live today, and I watched that press conference yesterday, and
yeah,
I wait to get up here today. So
yeah, I was like, I gotta react to it, man. Kobe said some things. Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's a couple things I'll get into. Gosh, I wrote down some notes myself because there was some things he said, but there's a lot of I was just kind of like, oh boy, I was shaking my head a little bit.
Yeah.
First thing I'll go to, I guess, because it's hot in the chat, is the Evan Mobley, just the whole Evan Mobley thing. I did not like his comments about Evan Mobley. What he said, I got it right here on my screen. He said, quote, where is it? Oh, quote, we're going to go as a franchise as Evan is going to go, quote. Then he says, and we've had conversations with Evan in the playoffs. We need more. We need more than just 13 field goal attempts per game. That's new for Evan. There's another jump. I shook my head when he said that live because I'm kind of like, it's the stuff I went off during the actual series.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you gave him, okay, he's got 13 shots, but you never made an attempt to give him the ball.
Exactly.
I mean, the Cavs for the series shot 194 threes. The Pacers shot 164 threes. Cavs made 57 for 29%. Pacers made 69 threes for 42%. So you shot 30 more threes than they did. And game 1, I thought, was the game where you really could see it, where Evan Mobley was playing pretty well down low. Had a couple of baskets down there in the fourth quarter. Got a couple I think he got that one and one. He had the one jump hook. How do you expect this guy to get better if you don't give him the ball in the spot? Hey, we want you to shoot more shots, but if I'm Evan Mobley, I'm kind of like, well, I'm kind of pissed. Like, you want me to you kind of like threw him under the bus a little bit. Like, hey, we want you to be better. It's all on you, Evan. But we're not going to give you give you the ball to get better. It's like, hey, I want to drive this car, but it's got no gas in it. Well, how do you expect the car to drive? You don't put gas in it.
Right.
I don't understand what he was thinking, why he said that like that. I mean, yeah, Evan's got to continue to get better. He's only 23, but when your whole offense is, I know you mentioned too. My second point, he didn't mention analytics, but he doesn't really have to talk about the analytics because he basically was selling the analytics. And up there talking about our offense is this and that, and man, we had an historic offense this season. Oh, did you see it? I mean, and then you get to the postseason, and it's just jack a lot records. It's just hoist. We call it over my channel now the hoist system.
Yeah,
let's just jack up threes. Let's get across the fucking half court, and let's soon 7 seconds for the. Let's just jack up the three. Max Strus, I don't know how many contested threes he shot from 40 feet away. It's not smart basketball. It's not good basketball. Indiana played smart basketball. Indiana played inside out. That's why they were more efficient from the three, a lot more. They were more dominant in the paint most of the series. They got more rebounds in certain games. And not only for the whole game, but it's halves of games because they pushed the pace and got a lot of fast break points as well. We shoot so many threes. I just don't expect. How do you expect your big guy to get better? That's almost like we're trying to force him into being something that he's not. Like we want him to be Chris Bosh in Miami, but that might not be his game. He might be more of a. He's got to get the ball in the paint to be effective. He's got to get more shots in the elbow off the pick and pop. Get him the ball more. I just don't understand why he said, "Hey, you need to shoot more shots." But it's like if I'm at Mobley, well, I don't get the damn ball to shoot the shot. I just stand around and let's let Donovan and whoever go 1-on-1, and if the lane's not there, we'll just force it out to Max Strus or whoever, and they'll just jack up a three. That's all they did the whole series. They shot the way. A lot of those games in that fourth quarter, I broke down the film, especially game 2, the one everybody talks about. They lost that game because of their bad offense at the end of that game. I know people talk about inbound plays at the end, the box outs and all that, but they should have been in that situation to begin with. The offense in that fourth quarter, Max Strus was trying to do a reverse layup from the corner.
I seen that. I remember that play. You talked about it too. I remember.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Max Strus is not Allen Iverson or Michael Jordan or Kyrie Irving, and he's out there doing a reverse layup that I don't think it even hit the rim. It's one of the worst reverse layups you've ever seen in your life.
And I think it was still time on the clock.
Yeah, and again, this is 7 minutes left in the game, and you're up by 7, and this is the offense you're running. It's like, I know you're shorthanded, but still, like, you can get better shots than that. You can attack more. You can just be more efficient, be smarter. And they sell the analytics like it's the smartest thing to do. But you watch them at times, it looks like the not smartest thing to do when they play basketball. So, and I just don't understand, too, why Kenny acts for the whole series, they never got back in transition. Never cut them off in transition. They got cooked. That's Indiana's game. They like to push the pace and get up the court, try to get easy buckets. You know what I mean? And the Cavs never got back. Yeah. They just never. Everybody with 5 guys would crash. One thing I learned from one of my coaches growing up was, if you go against a team that plays fast pace like that, especially when you're shooting those threes, a lot of times those threes, if you miss them, they're gonna be longer rebounds a lot of times. So the guards will get the rebounds or the wings, and as soon as those wings or guards catch it, they're turning and they're pushing. Whoever's opposite of the weak side, get back, stop transition. They just never did that. They never did. It was unbelievable, just the game planning. And for them to go up there yesterday and just tell Evan Mobley, hey, you need to shoot the ball more, but you never gave him the ball. And then to sit there and basically sell our offense like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread with analytics, I just don't. I don't like their mindset right now. I think Kenny, or not Kenny, I think Koby Altman.
Yeah, I agree. I think
my last point, I'll hand it back to you. I think Koby Altman is doing a lot of these small market GMs and a lot of sports do, is because you're not going to get the big free agents a lot of times. Yeah, they got Donovan by trade and they were able to sell him, but that's very rare. You're not like LA, you're not like New York, you're not like Miami. You're going to get guys that want to come to your city.
Yeah.
So I think he's been on the small backcourt thing ever since they hired John Beilein. And John Beeline was heavy in analytics. I remember there was Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. They've been on this little 2-guard front thing for a long time because the analytics a long time. And I think he's what a lot of these GMs are in these cities, they want to find a different way. They want to be different, right? They want to create this unique philosophy. And they'll live and die by that, even if it's wrong, even if they know that it's not going to be successful. And, he sits up there yesterday and says, well, it's going to work because they're 2 all-stars. Well, I mean, we know Donovan is elite, but Darius, he's a great player, but he's way too small defensively. He's been injury prone. I don't know. They said we're going to get him in the weight room. I mean, I don't know if size, him getting bulkier is really going to help him. I just had a world-class trainer on my show. We talked about this the other day, Coach Guerrero, and he's like, I don't know if that's the smartest thing for him and his game. It's going to make him less skilled, less agile, less quick. Not as quick. That's his game, his quickness. And I just don't see how it works in the long term because these other teams, Indiana's still going to be around. Teams like with other bigger point guards like the Pistons who are on the rise. If we play them in the second round again next year, it's going to be a problem because they have bigger guards than us, and they're just going to exploit us just like Indiana did. So, sorry for the long-winded rant, but go ahead.
No, you good, man. We ain't been on in a minute, so get you gotta get off.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with everything you said, man. Before I let Mike Sport Vibes go, shout out to Mike and DJ. I agree with everything you said, man. I'm the small backcourt thing. I know is gonna be a problem. People still gonna, have their question marks about it, man. I just trying to I'm just have an open mind to see what happened next season, man. I don't know, if we can win with a small backcourt, but I do think Evan Mobley need to, be more involved. And it seems like the offseason plan to get Evan Mobley even more involved with the offense going into next season. And yes, he did need more touches because I felt like the guards and them guys did go away from Evan Mobley, and they just kept shooting shots. Like, give it your bigs touches.
That game 1, he had the advantage in that game 1, and they had 70 points in the paint to the 38 in game 1.
Oh, yeah, and it didn't even mean nothing. The 70 points,
and they won the turnover battle by almost 10. They dominated. They won on the boards. I mean, usually you should win that game, but you look at the 3-point percentage in that game compared to Indiana. Indiana made 10 more threes than we did, but it's like the Cavs just didn't play to their advantage in that game. The Cavs try to be. It's so forceful. It's just that's why we call it the hoist system. Let's just get out there and just hoist. Everybody just hoist. You know what I mean? Just that's our game plan. We'll just hope we make enough threes tonight.
Not good.
That's not smart basketball. And I like Kenny Atkinson a lot. I think Kenny. I wish Kenny gets back to his older style a little bit in his earlier years of his career, where he grew up and he came up in. Because you listened to him before the season, he talked a lot about they're going to really embrace this whole analytical model, heavy. And I'm not saying analytics are bad. I'm not anti-analytics. It's information. You should use it, right? And I think the athletes today are more skilled. They can shoot better than back in the day because of just the training growing up now. So you obviously shoot more threes now. You do things a little differently than you used to.
Different game.
Different game. It's a faster pace, but you still have to be smart. Rick Carlisle, he only has 3 analytics people in the whole Indiana Pacers organization, and he leans on. He's collaborative with them. He uses his information. But Rick Carlisle, he said this on the Jim Rome show a couple months ago. He also uses human element and his experience and common sense as well. And I think you saw that in that series. And I think too, another thing, not to hold this panel up, but I think where Kenny's got to get a little better too. I think where he's going to have regrets too is taking 2 months off in the middle of the season and not practicing. The conditioning showed. And I had my guy on the other day. We talked about it a little bit, and just there's a balance between rest and being smart, but also keeping guys in shape, keeping guys ready, keeping guys available, and just game ready, and your team is how you practice your offense and all that stuff, and the system and everything. How you get better is through practice. Why were the Bulls so successful? Because they practice harder in the practice than they did in the game. You know what I mean? The Cavs, they take 2 months off and not practice in the middle of the season. I think that kind of caught up to them too. And I think that also gives a more lax culture where you have people are questioning their toughness. Indiana, they look like they were coached by Rick Carlisle. That's a Rick Carlisle team. Rick Carlisle's team has always been hard-nosed. They practice. You know what I mean? They're he's old school in a way, but he keeps his principles, and those principles pay off come postseason. And I feel like the Cavs kind of got away from that. And I think they tried to do a lot of this. I think Kenny was trying to test a lot of things this year because it's his first coaching gig since Brooklyn. But I think he needs to get back to what he did maybe in Brooklyn and earlier years, and kind of get back to just it's a lot of the traditions that most teams that were great did in terms of just practicing. And I think he did a lot of this too much newness this year, and I think it kind of bit him in the ass in the end.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. We definitely need to practice. It's not Philly.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to not practice.
Hey, my bad, Mike. Hey, I forgot you was here, bro.
I was just listening. I didn't know I was. My bad.
What's good?
My bad, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. What's going on?
Oh man,
got,
I don't want to cut nobody off. You good? You good?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry I called you up, brother. I didn't mean to be rude. Go ahead.
No. I'm just listening. When he said about Philly, I had to say something because I didn't even know I was on the panel because I'm driving.
No, I tend to get. I had to get it off my chest, Jim. I had to get off my chest. But you go ahead, brother. Whatever you got to say.
Right, we got a vent.
but I agree with my man is saying. Like, I feel like even though it's his first coaching gig, I just feel like you gotta hold players accountable, man. Like, in order to be great, you gotta put in the work, and by putting in the work, you gotta practice. You can't just think that like you're going to be a great player or a great team if your team is not building team chemistry. Like, I don't care about the regular season as much as a lot of people. I understand home court advantage is important maybe in a game 7 when you finally do have those game 7s, but at the end of the day, it could work in your advantage or it could be a disadvantage because some teams like to play away because it's like against the whole world mentality. For me, I like that. When I was playing football, I like going away instead of being home. I thought there was more pressure being at home than away, but I'm different. But a lot of players like that mentality of playing against a team. And imagine shutting up a crowd on a game 7 away crowd. Like, that will feel amazing. But yeah, if you're telling me that they're not practicing, that's a big red flag. But my whole thing is this, man. I don't know the contracts with Jarrett Allen. I'm not sure what the contract is with Garland, so you're probably going to have to school me on that. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Jarrett Allen, I don't know how many games he played against the Pacers. The game that I did witness, he only had like 8 rebounds or 5 rebounds, and I don't know. It was crazy. It was so disappointing to see Jarrett Allen put up that performance. And I understand, I don't know what his injury is, but when you're on that court in the playoffs, there ain't no excuses, man.
No, he had no injury.
Don't play. Huh?
He had no
injury?
Nope.
He has to go. He has to skedaddle. He has to hasta luego, adios, hasta la vista. He got to go. And I'm a Sixer fan saying this, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people are like, how does Sixer fan talking? The Sixers are nowhere to be found. But I'm keeping it real, man. I chose the Cavaliers to represent the Eastern Conference. And I'm disappointed in how they went down like that. Like, I feel like they didn't show up. Like, it was only Donovan Mitchell. Some games Ty Jerome did pretty good, and Mobley. Everybody else was just like, I don't know what the heck happened with Garland. Like, Jarrett Allen and Garland have to go. Point blank, period. Because you can't win with those type of players. And as much as I love Garland, I think he's a very gifted offensive player. And I like Garland, but he doesn't bring it on defense. And Jarrett Allen, know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Rudy. Rudy got these games where he's pretty darn good, and then he has those games where he looks like he can't play basketball or he's not interested in playing basketball. Jarrett Allen, this is the reason why I was kind of nervous about y'all all year until y'all made that DeAndre Hunter pick. Because I think DeAndre Hunter just gave y'all a little bit more oomph on that defensive side of the ball. And he gave you more offense because I didn't trust Jarrett Allen. It was really because of him. It wasn't Mobley. I think Mobley, if you give him the opportunity, And I agree with I don't know his name. I agree with what he was saying about you got to stop chucking up threes. You have to change up just what you do. If you're bricking for chicken from three, you got to change it up. You can't keep on chucking up threes. And I understand they were down players and all that, but if Mobley's the hot player and he had the hot hand and he's scoring and no one could guard him, why would you get away from him? And that goes to show you. And I love Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, you got to be able to be like, yo, I can't do it by myself. You lost scoring 40-some points. So you needed to try to be more of a facilitator and get the ball to Mobley in better positions to be successful. You know what I mean? It's not you can't just score 40 points. It's like scoring 40 plus points and lose it in a playoff game is crazy, man. Like, it's crazy to me. So he had to get other people involved, especially if you're short man. You can't do it all by yourself. So that's part of the problem was his mindset when it came to trying to make other players better. Yes, you're getting your numbers, but yeah, that's what the Pacers said. They said, yo, they're not trying to let him get 40 points, obviously, but yeah, we'll let you get your 40 points, but we shutting everybody else down. Basketball is a team sport. In order to win a championship, you have to have more than one player getting you buckets. That's why the Pacers are so dangerous, because I don't know. I think most of the games that they played the Cavs, they had probably like 6-7 players in double figures. How can you stop that when you have multiple players scoring 10 plus points?
Pacers deep.
They're deep. They're deep, and that's what. And when you have a point guard like Tyrese Haliburton, and then that one game, this is when I was like, oh man, the Cavaliers just gave it up. I forgot what game it was though, bro.
Game 2.
When Tyrese hit that game winner.
Yeah,
was
that
it game 2?
Game 2.
That was some bull crap, man. Like,
Yeah,
they
that
had
hurt.
to win that game. They had to win that game.
Yeah, we threw that.
When
We
they
blew it. We threw that game away.
When they went down to 0-2, it was a wrap almost, pretty much, because you had that false hope about that one game when they got healthy, but then they couldn't repeat that. They couldn't repeat that performance in game 3. So, like, I don't know, man. It's just, it starts with practice. You got to practice, build that chemistry. Regular season don't mean nothing. And being healthy, health, chemistry, and you got to have the players that want it. Who wants it more? Who wants it bad enough? And I was thinking, maybe y'all need a Giannis. Maybe y'all need, like, I don't know what y'all can do. I don't know what y'all first round picks look like.
Yeah, we
maybe
can't. But you can't make it. That's fantasy though. We can't do it, Mike, because of how the CBA is, man. It would take a lot of moving around, like contracts, to like.
Okay.
Because we're a second apron team now. Because of I think trading for DeAndre Hunter, we now.
Oh,
you know how the CBA
okay,
is, man. They trying to stop teams from building super teams and everything else. So.
Right.
So I mean, Giannis, but it's not like highly like realistic for us.
But if y'all could, if there was a way to get off Jarrett Allen and get off of Garland and get off, if you got to get a couple of first round picks.
So you said you done, like you said you done seeing Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen. You done with them?
Yeah, I think y'all should be done. I think you have seen enough. I mean, like, how many more times do you want to keep going? It's kind of like me as a Sixers fan. Like, I love Joel Embiid as a player, but the man's never healthy. So why would I keep on repeating the same thing, expecting a different result? The man ain't never healthy. So Garland's the same thing. He's never healthy. And Jarrett Allen, he reminds me of Rudy. So that gives me nightmares. Just
That's kind of
look,
Mike. Hold up, Mike. That's kind of disrespectful, man. I don't know about the Rudy comparison, man. I think
he disappears like Rudy, bro. He disappears like Rudy, bro.
I know, but hold up, man. Rudy.
Game 4, he looked like Rudy. 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 shot attempt in Game 4.
I can't defend that. I can't defend
pivotal Game 4.
He
The
got his
$90 million man gave you 2 rebounds in Game 4.
I can't defend
He gives you those Rudy moments. He gives you those Rudy moments, bro. I'm telling you.
Look,
Rudy's not the guy.
In the conference finals right now, so I can't say nothing about Rudy right now. I want to bash him, but I can't say nothing.
Hey, listen, I know I can't say. Listen, I'm gonna hold him accountable though. He better not mess up. Not mess up in the Western Conference Finals. But listen, I like Garland, but he gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta try to move on from that contract or whatever his. I don't know if he's a max or whatever his contract is. I would try to get like a little bit taller. I don't know, man. Like, you need something different from him that's going to be more consistent. And Jarrett Allen, I would get off on him as well if I could. Both of them got to go. Both of them, or at least one of them. At least one of them. I would make a trade.
No, if I could, I agree. If I could, I would. If I could, if there was something better out there, I would. Like, I think Donovan will benefit from having another defensive type of player, like guard next to him.
I think he just needs somebody with more size next to him. They could just
more
take
size,
off of him. Somebody can bring the ball up the court consistently.
Yeah.
The teams aren't going to try to switch on defensively a lot, even if the guy's not a great defender, but he's still taller. They just need a taller point guard. You look at the league, especially in the East. Look at all the guys in the East alone. Halliburton, he's unbelievable, 6'5". He's like Jason Kidd out there, the way he passes the ball. And then you got who else? You got Kate Cunningham on the come up. You got
tall guard.
LaMelo Ball when he's healthy, 6'7". I mean,
they all tall.
I mean, all these. This is really the newer NBA. Is these taller, versatile guys that you got to have. And I one thing about Garland too. He's gotten punked twice in the playoffs. Like you go back to the Knicks series, he got punked by Brunson. I mean, Brunson was more physical than him. He really went after him in that series. And then you look in this series too. I just didn't really. I mean, I know he was hurt, but the games he played, one of the games, I think it was game 4 too. He's sitting there at one point, and they're on defense, and he's just sitting there playing with his hair, and he's just standing around
playing with his hair.
Yeah, playing with his hair, not paying attention. He gets beat back door, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Fuck the hair, get out there and play basketball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, but it's like. He's just sometimes you watch me, just look, he's kind of lollygagging out there. Like he just doesn't seem like he just has that.
It's tough.
I don't think he has that same drive that Donovan has.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it's tough, bro. And I don't know, man. Nah, I don't know.
Did you see the sweatshirt too Donovan showed up with at the postseason at the end of season press conference?
What was it?
It had the point guard definition of a point guard on it.
Oh, nah, I ain't paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know what that meant, but I thought that was kind of.
I don't love, man. I don't, I ain't,
I don't know. I just thought it was a little interesting. I was like, whoa, okay. It should have put availability in there too.
Hey, man, Darius.
And I like Darius. I'm not hating on Darius. Darius is a bucket. He's a great player when healthy. He's fast as hell. He can shoot. I think his pace in terms of how he's paced himself this year and out there on the floor is a lot better. He gets guys involved. He's a really good passer. But just the other things you need in the intangibles, I think where he needs to get better at in his body, obviously, physically, he needs to get better. But again, he made a great point. Mike did here about what I was saying about practice, and he made a hell of a point about the Pacers too. About they had 6 guys at times, 5-6 guys that were over double digits. You know what that comes down to? It comes down to practice. They're prepared. You know what I mean? And you look at the Cavs. Yeah, you were shorthanded in that game too, but you look at those guys that were out there. They didn't really look prepared a lot. Like they didn't look like they were not at the level as the Pacers. It looked like a team that had practice and knew how to play with each other. And that starts with your coach. It doesn't matter who's out. It's the next man up mentality. That's where development and practicing. And it's crazy for me to even saying that you just talking about practice, like Al Iverson said, talking about practice. But it's like
talking about
it's
practice.
It's crazy now. These guys just don't. I know Kevin Garnett was bitching about this on his podcast with Paul Pierce. He's going around these facilities and stuff. He's like, I just can't believe how much they just don't practice anymore and don't go over things. And I think you saw a team, Rick Carlisle. I know they practiced with Rick Carlisle. I mean, he was on those Celtics teams in the 80s. He don't mess around. And you saw it. You saw a team that was just looked prepared. It was chemistry. Yes. They were on point. They knew their spots. That's how you get guys in double digits, multiple guys in double digits. You know what I mean? The Cavs, they just had guys out there that looked like they were just trying to finesse, just trying to hope it. You know what I mean? What do you need me to do tonight, coach? You know what I mean? It's just plug and play, but they didn't look prepared.
Yeah, Kenny. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
But you get prepared during practice. It's like the old saying. I used to hear football coaches say all the time, players win you games, coaches lose you. You know, and that's I think that's what you saw in this series, unfortunately. And that's not all on Kenny, but a lot of it starts with him. He's the head of the snake. It's his team. It's like he said, we put so much emphasis on the stars so much, but it's like Mike said, it's a team sport at the end of the day. There's 5 guys out there. You got to be able to depend on the other 4 guys if you're Donovan. And, I think Donovan, at times, the way he plays, I don't know if he's trying to play hero ball where he wants to be the man or he doesn't trust in his teammates because that trust is
right.
Yeah, I know he had trust problems before with his teammates. Before.
Yeah, I don't know if he just doesn't trust them or if it's just him. He just has to be the man. I don't know which one it is.
Wow, it's going.
I think he has to be the man. I think it's probably that. But you need your other guy. Like you said, it takes a team, bro. You need your other guys to come with you. Get your teammates going. It just didn't go that way.
He's got to be the man too. That's where Kenny's got to get him to buy in. You know what I mean? That's how when Phil Jackson took over with the Bulls, Michael wasn't bought in at first. He liked playing with Doug Collins because Doug Collins would do whatever the hell he wanted, but it wasn't winning. It was kind of similar to what Donovan's going through. I'm not saying Donovan's on the same caliber as Jordan, but he's not. But in terms of just buy-in, you know what I mean? Phil Jackson had to show him and tell him, listen, this is what we're doing now. We are a team basketball. We're playing team basketball. This is the triangle offense. We're going to get you involved. We're still going to get your shots. And then Michael eventually saw it, bought in with Tex Winter, and you saw what happened, 6 NBA championships. Now, do I think the Cavs will have 6 NBA championships? No, but I think if Donovan takes it kind of takes a step back and just if Kenny can present him a real system and build around Evan as the engine and get him more of the ball in the high post, low post. I think Evan's actually an underrated passer, like even just a little dribble handoffs. A lot of stuff the Bulls used to do. You know what Golden State did with Draymond Green, making him a playmaker, just sitting back there at the quarterback, basically at the top of the key, and making the right reads, reading off the ball. Like if they could just do that more, I think that would help everybody grow.
But I think Donovan did take a step back. I think
he did, but in the postseason though, when it mattered most, he didn't see it.
Okay, the postseason, because he allowed them guys to grow. He allowed them guys.
He did it. He did during the season. He got a lot better with his playmaking, but when it mattered most, I think because I just keep going back to the not practicing for 2 months, the trust was not there. Indiana, they all trust each other. The Cavs, they did not look like they looked like Donovan. You could tell Donovan the only guy he trusted the most was Max Strus.
Yeah, he trusted Max Strus. He definitely trusted Max. Max was.
You could tell him he liked Max the most, but everybody else you could tell I'm not giving you the rock. I'd rather just try to force it.
Max showed up.
He did.
Not the last game.
I like Max Strus. I just don't think Max should be starting at 3.
No.
I like Max. Max does a lot of. You can tell he grew up in that Heat culture. That in terms of just under Pat Riley, you have to do a lot of things. You have to do multiple.
And you need that. You need that.
Right, and you need that. I think he'd be a hell of a 6-man. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know about coming off the bench, definitely. I mean,
or you know what I mean? Yeah.
In
the rotation. We're 6. I don't really care. Just bring him off the bench. But I like Max a lot.
What you think, Mike? You think DeAndre Hunter should start over Max Strus?
Heck yeah.
Get bigger.
Yeah.
Andre brings you fight for this too.
Yeah. That's why I chose the Cavs to originally represent the East, man, because of him. Because I didn't trust Jarrett Allen, but I think it's injury, and I just think that, like I said, I think Donovan, like what my homie said, like Donovan Mitchell, if he's not trusting his teammates, you can't beat a complete team, just you and Big Max and Mobley. That's not enough. You need more players to produce. And if you're not, and another thing that I did not like, and I don't know if you talked about this, and you know how I am about rebounding. Rebounding wasn't the best, man. There were so many games where they gave up the offensive rebound and the Pacers score. I don't know how many second chance points they had per game with the averages, but it was too many, man. And that's why I said Jarrett Allen has to go, because his rebounding needs to be. If you're not scoring, brother, if you're not doing no alley oops, I know he don't got no type of scoring game. He can't.
He got a little bit.
He don't really got no game, bro. He don't really got.
He got a little bit, Mike. Hold up now, man.
He all right. But my whole thing is at least get me 10 rebounds a game, bro. Give me 12 rebounds a game. Yeah, if you ain't giving me nothing offensively, and that's why I'm like kind of like what do you do with what do you think y'all should do with Garland? And like, do you kind of agree what I'm saying about Jarrett Allen, or are you kind of like, are you stuck with
I
both
agree with
of them?
everybody. I agree with everybody. But I'm
Here's
just-
where I'll get. I agree with you on Jarrett Allen. You need more than 2 rebounds. That's unacceptable in that game.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And
Terrible.
he gets bullied a lot of times. I do think though, from a schematic standpoint, I think when you look at the way the Pacers push the ball, how fast they push up the court, I think what happened a lot of times, and Tune, you and I broke this down on that post game that one night. I can't remember which game it was, but because the Cavs were so bad at getting back and stopping the transition, a lot of times when he got back, he was matched up on the point guard because they had to put a hat on hat. I think that it took him away from the basket, and he wasn't able to get back to his spot, and they would shoot the ball. We weren't able to get, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of mismatches because we just didn't do the basic fundamental of getting back. Like, I don't know why we had such a hard time. I mean, I know how fast they pushed the ball, but it's like they made no adjustments to get back in that series.
They had one good game though when they got back in transition. I don't know if that's the game he won. They had a game.
They had that. It was good that game because they made their shots and they were, you know, they actually hit the threes. But from the longevity of the series, it wasn't effective. It wasn't smart because you saw what happened. You know what I mean? It's just like I think that was a lot of it too. Was just a lot of times he was out on the perimeter, and I'm like, what good is he out there in the perimeter? He was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's out.
How many times was he on Tyrese Halliburton? How many times? Every time they saw Dean Wade switched out there, I mean, it's like their eyes lit up because he's terrible. He is horrible perimeter defender.
Man. That was another thing. The perimeter defense was absolutely trash most of the series. It's like, what happened to the Cavaliers when it comes to the perimeter defense? I mean, I didn't watch them all year, but
they're either too small.
Goodness.
It's either too small with the guards, or they're either too big because they switch everything. And there was a lot of some of the film I broke down in that one game. The Cavs were switching. Even like I remember this one play. I remember who it was too. I think it was Halliburton was going to the left side, and I think it was Dean Wade was guarding Pascal Siakam. And Pascal didn't even screen Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome was guarding Halliburton. He didn't even actually touch him on the screen. He could have easily got over the screen and got from him. They still switched it anyways. And I'm like, why are we switching that? Why I don't want. And then what did Tyrese Halliburton do? Went right at Dean Wade. Easy money.
Oh my gosh.
It's like but that to me is that speaks to analytical because analytics says switch everything. But you can't. There's just certain things you have to put common sense to. You cannot switch.
Right.
If they don't screen you, and if the guy didn't screen you, why the hell are you switching anyways? He didn't even touch you. I don't understand it.
Right. Your analytics can't tell you everything. They can like you said, it's common sense. Yeah. It's common sense. Like certain things you can't go by analytics. Like, but I 100% agree, man. Like I just feel like the Cavs. I don't know what it. They just looked so like defeated, man. Like there's something about I don't know. Like I'm a big Donovan Mitchell guy. Like I really respect his game, but like I said, he has to be able to trust his teammates in order for the Cavs to take that next step. And if he's not trusting his teammates, you're not going to get far in the East. It don't matter if you have the best record. There's 2 seasons. You got the regular season and the postseason. The regular season stuff you did doesn't mean nothing in the postseason. Doesn't mean a dang on thing. So if you're not trusting your teammates, like if you have the best record and you still don't trust your teammates after the whole 82 game season and you don't trust them in the postseason, what the heck was you doing the whole season? Like what? Like I don't understand it. I'm just confused. I don't know if it's just somebody that you probably don't know. Maybe Garland and Mitchell or somebody's not getting along, but that just doesn't make sense, man.
The whole group gotta be better though. It's not even just about Donovan. It's just the Cavs as a whole for me gotta be better, man. And
it's not about
I mean Donovan, you know, he has had his moments, but he did, you know, he did do what he do. You know, even with Darius Garland being out, he put up a lot of offense, man. But I just think the Cavs as a whole, you know, the toughness and everything else, they just gotta be better in all departments. Because it's been 3 years now.
I think too, if you need more experience, why not add it to your bench? Why not add it in the locker room? There doesn't have to be multiple guys. I think every championship team, they always have 1 or 2 guys that have been there before. They've done it. They know what it takes, and they have respect amongst the younger guys in the locker room because the younger guys know what these guys have done. What I would do if I was Koby Altman too, I'd say here's a list of guys between whatever age group you like, a little older, but not too old. But here's a list of guys that won NBA championships, right? Okay, Donovan, which one of these guys do you like? Who do you have a relationship with? Who do you trust? Who do you think could come in here and do some of that, enforcing in the locker room a little bit and keeping guys in check, making, you know what I mean, teaching guys. And that's, people forget about that. I mean, team sports at any level, I've seen it at the high school level, teams in one where I'm at, program I'm around a lot. You know, they start off from the bottom back in 2015 and became multiple state championship football program in Ohio. But they had guys that were older guys that weren't Division I players, but they knew how to win, and they passed that knowledge down to the younger guys.
Yep.
And it's a culture, and the coach constantly preaches that, and that's why he's had a successful program. It's like the Cavs; they brought in a lot of guys. I mean, Tristan Thompson, yeah, he's won, but I'm not going to bang on Tristan a lot. You know what I think too, but he doesn't strike me as a mature enough guy to be a leader in the locker room. I'm just sorry.
Well, I miss guys like me personally. I wanted guys like Marcus Morris and Rondo.
Rondo was
Rondo was first.
He was a Cavalier, Mike.
And go back and remember what Garland and those guys said about Rondo when he was here. They were going out to dinner with him every night, just picking his brain. They love Rondo.
That's what you should do. Rondo's one of the greats.
But they don't.
He's
That's on the, and that's where the GM's got it. You have to put that in that locker room. If I'm Donovan Mitchell, I can't lead everything. I need help like that. And maybe Donovan's style, Donovan's leadership style may not cover certain areas that you may need in that locker room. That's what I would do. I'd say here's a list of guys, of veterans who have won NBA championships. Who do you like, Donovan? Who do you think can really help you in that area? And bring him in there. Maybe he can help you out on the court too. Maybe it's a big man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the free agents coming up, but get him in there. At least I don't care if they're the 15th, 14th guy on the roster. They're going to help in some way.
But that's another problem. We didn't have a backup big also. That's another issue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we brought in Okiki, whatever his name. I don't even know his name.
Tuma was a
I mean, some guy that not hating on him, but I mean, you got to use that roster spot on something. A lot of times it's the other things like I just mentioned, a veteran that can help you more than a guy who maybe has upside, but it's a what if.
Javonte Green was good though. I
like Javonte.
That was a good signing.
I don't mind that. At least he's experienced, but I think that's what they need. They don't have that in that locker room. It's like we're expecting to. It's like Kobe's sitting there. We need to get experience, but you look at all these other teams, they all got veterans.
Yeah, on that bench or somebody that been there actually won a championship.
I mean that's how you learn. It's all for the history of sports. That's what it's been.
What's your draft looking like? Like, do you have any first round picks?
Man, we have no picks, man.
Oh dang!
Not no first.
What about your
picks.
second round? What about second round?
I think we do have second round picks, right, Joseph? I think we have second round picks.
I thought we had a first round. Are we trade or?
I don't think we have first round pick for this year. I don't.
I thought we looked it up.
Even second round picks is good though. Like I don't
know if we
people
control our
second
picks.
round.
I
mean, I'm not too.
Okay, yeah, you're right. They have the 49th pick and the 59th pick in the second round.
Yeah, I'm not too big on the second rounds though, man. You gotta
develop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
get lucky.
It's a hit or miss.
Yeah, but another thing, what's your? I don't know what Chris Paul's situation is looking like with the the Spurs. What do you think about him being a veteran leadership on that team, on your team? You think he'll be a little bit like coming off the bench?
Yeah,
leadership.
Well, I mean, he would have to buy in number one because he's a Hall of Fame point guard. I mean, you'd have to get him to buy in. I think that's more difficult than the Rondo knew what time it was in his career, but Chris Paul I think still believes
Wally said no
in this league. Yeah, I don't know. Plus, he's still smaller and he's older. I don't know. I think and that helps you defensively. I mean, I get from the experience, but he also hasn't won a championship. I mean, not saying it's always been his fault, but I want somebody in there who's actually won. That like when he walks in there, guys know, okay, this guy.
Well, you have it's guys that's out there, but we can't get them now. But
I'm trying to think of someone that won a championship. That's like a good
Drew Holiday
leader.
won a championship.
Oh, that's another.
I think, yeah, that's another one.
But we can't get on them.
But I think Chris Paul, I think, would become a problem in that locker room because I think Chris Paul still believes he can be a starter in this league. I mean, he went to the Spurs because he got a starting role.
Yeah, he
So
needs to.
if Darius started getting hurt or something, he might get Donovan's ear and be like, hey, put me out there with you. You never know. You can't.
Chris Paul need to take a step back, take a seat, man.
Yeah, I think
young guys.
I think Chris Paul's a unique.
That's a no-go. That's a no-go for Chris.
He's old, man.
I just think it's too much. I think
Chris
there's too
Paul,
much.
yeah.
I think there could be too much ego there.
Okay. But the Boston Celtics, they're going to end up breaking that squad up, though, man. Like, I don't think
the owner
Drew
already
Holiday-
said it.
Yeah, so
it's over.
So Drew Holiday could be a possibility. I mean, I'm not sure how you would get him, but if they're trying to break up the team,
But would you trade like Joe? Like I don't think would you trade because you would have to trade Darius. Like would you trade Darius for Drew Holiday? I don't know. Like if it worked, I don't know.
I think
a hell of a player.
Give me a little bit more though. Give me a little bit more. Like maybe get Drew and maybe a first. I don't know if they give up a first. I don't know. Dang, that's probably asking for too much. I don't know.
I would take a Drew Holiday. I know Drew Holiday older, but
he's still a very good defender.
Yeah.
He's a champion, 2-time champion.
Put him next to Donovan.
Oh my gosh, he'll be perfect next to Donovan. He can facilitate, he can play defense, he can score.
2-time.
I like him better than Garland for this team. For this team, I'll do. But I understand that Garland's younger, but it don't matter if you're younger if you're always hurt.
I think, however they break this team up, I mean, obviously Tatum's not going anywhere. That's their guy. But with Brown, because they have to break it up because it's a $600 million bill. So they're not going to pay that. That's the new owner's like, yeah, no thanks. He'll be bankrupt by the time he pays that bill. But I think whoever they trade, probably Jaylen Brown, however that trade, it's probably going to be a multi-team deal. So if they can somehow get involved in that and maybe, a 3-4 team deal, maybe they can pull up Drew Holiday. That'd be interesting.
That would be perfect for y'all.
That was a possibility.
If it's a possibility to get Drew next to Donovan, man, that'd be y'all wouldn't have folded like that.
I wonder what his contract is too, because they may. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of another. I'm trying to think of like a center, or a power forward that won a championship.
I will say a center out there to keep an eye on, who's only going to cost the team $3 million to acquire him, and he's younger, is Walker Kessler in Utah.
Oh, okay.
And I know the Lakers may try to get in on that. I know the Lakers like Gafford too in Dallas, but I would keep an eye on that. As a Walker, only $3 million to acquire him. And that's I think he's a very productive younger player, very productive. I like that one a lot. I think he's one to keep an eye on. I think too with Denver too. Michael Porter Jr. Whatever happens to him, I'm curious to see too.
I like him a lot, man, but he's just so injury prone, man. Like he's so his talent is amazing. He can score, he can play little D when he's healthy, and I like him a lot, but he's just he's kind of like he disappears a lot too much. He disappears too much for me.
Inconsistent.
He's not consistent enough I don't think he'll be. I don't know. He has the height, but he's just not consistent. I wouldn't want another injury-prone player like him coming back to the Cavs. That I wouldn't, because you just can't trust him. As much as he's talented, you can't trust an injury-prone player like him. I was thinking, and I don't know what the Lakers are. What do you think the Lakers are doing? Do you think LeBron's leaving?
I don't think so.
Nah, okay.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's leaving. I think he's going to wait one more year and see if the league expands to Vegas and Seattle, and then go to the Vegas team.
Oh, okay.
With his and play with his other son as well, who will be drafted next year. I think that's.
Wow.
If he did leave, though, I think Dallas could be an option just because he could slide right in there with Kyrie and AD.
Oh, my gosh. Please don't let that happen in the West.
I don't know how realistic that is, but I think if he did leave, I think it'd be Dallas.
That'd be crazy. I'm not going to lie.
But I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's got his plan. I don't think he's really mean, they put out the notion through Brian Windhorst that he still wants to compete for championships and all that, but I think LeBron's pretty content where he's at. I think he just wants to play.
Hey, Joseph, come to the Cavs, Joseph.
Huh?
Come back to the Cavs.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. I don't know if the Cavs want him back personally. I think you go. I mean, I looked at their front office moves today too. You look in 2017, his last year. Everybody knew he was going to leave, go to LA. They knew it. Everybody
listen, that's what I was thinking though, y'all. I was thinking, what if LeBron? That'd be like, I know that's not realistic. You know, we playing 2K right now, but if that was to happen, bro, oh my goodness.
I think it's always a last resort plan for him. I think it's something like, if I ever had to, I could always go back. But I just don't think he's going to leave. I think the Lakers are going to try to go all out next year, one more year, and try to win the championship. I think they look at guys like Daniel Gafford, get him at center. They got some wings left. They'll probably look at the dude in New Orleans. I know they're linked. Was it Herb Jones or something like that? Some other guys, but yeah, I don't see him leaving.
But I don't think there'll be a bigger story if LeBron came back to the Cavs and won a championship and then retired on top. Get his fifth championship and retired on top, man. He's already 40, win a championship at the age of 40, 41, and retire a Cavalier. You know what I mean? You already got Donovan Mitchell. You got Mobley. There's right there. You're going to run the East. It don't even matter about the record, but it's just about postseason at that point. Just staying healthy. You know what I mean? And make a couple other moves.
If he truly wanted to win a championship, he should take less, opt out, and come back home. He's got a player option.
But you know LeBron,
he's not going to take less, and he's indebted out there. I mean, he's out.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. His son's going to be at Arizona, not too far from where he's at. I mean, he's a West Coast guy now, and so I think he's a global entity too. I mean, he's I think he got I think he felt he was too big for Cleveland.
I'm trying to think if we could trade Joel Embiid to y'all.
But I did pull up 32 mil next year for Holiday, 34 the year after, and he's got a player option after that for 37 mil. So he's got 3 years left, 32 plus every year.
And we in the second tax apron.
Yeah.
Dang. But I don't know. It would be nice though if y'all did somehow get a Drew. I think that'd be like the best option to put next to Donovan Mitchell. That would be a fantastic duo. Like that would be crazy in my opinion. I think it looks crazier than Garland, and I'm a Garland guy, but Garland don't bring no type of defense at all.
That's the only thing. It's the defense. That's the only thing though with the defense.
Yeah,
he bring everything else though.
Yeah, but Drew can give you. He's not the offensive player of Garland right now, obviously, but still Drew can get you some points though. He can get hot and get some points, and he's a streaky shooter. He's a streaky scorer. He's a better facilitator than Garland. He's I don't know about the 3-point shooting. I don't know off the top of my head when it comes to 3-point shooting.
Nah, Darius is a good shooter. Darius, I take.
He's a better 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Boston's interesting. I'm looking at their thing. The upcoming free agents they have this summer: Al Horford, Luke Cornett. Who I think Cornett's
Luke Cornett.
Al Horford need to retire.
I'm
sorry, bro.
Torrey Craig, who's a veteran, and then next year they got Porzingis is going to be a free agent. So I mean, they're probably going to put him away. He's only got 1 year left on his deal.
He's injury prone too.
Yeah,
I think Luke Cornett would be good for y'all. How you feel about Luke?
I don't mind that. I mean, he's real athletic. He can move for a big man.
Hey, Joseph, my guys, my Boston fans be killing Luke. I got a guy.
He reminds me of that guy. Who's that guy Golden State's got off the bench? This real athletic. He had the backup big. He could just move really well.
Tracy, you talking about Tracy Jackson? Tracy.
Maybe that's who he came out there. That one, he can move pretty well. I mean, I was thinking 10-15 minutes, but.
Did wait, hold on. Did Luke play for the Cavs?
Cornett?
Did Luke come down?
I don't think. I think they drafted him.
I remember. I don't know why I remember Luke connect to the Cavs. I don't know. I'm probably mistaken with somebody.
Here's another free agent for you too. I just saw it's probably gonna make people.
He said Luke Doodoo. Humble said Luke
Shout out to
dude.
Humble. D'Angelo Russell's a free agent.
Oh man, I get it, but
I don't know. I wonder where he'll land. I'm just curious what his market is.
I know he played He played for a high. I'm good though.
I'm
good.
I keep Garland over him.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would not. Nah, yeah, I definitely take Garland over him. Sorry.
No, I'm saying he's a free agent.
Yeah, he's a free
Y'all need
agent.
like a point guard.
Yeah.
Ty Jerome. Yeah, that's another.
I'll take Ty Jerome over D'Angelo Russell right now.
Okay,
Charlotte's got a couple. Seth Curry's a free agent. Taj Gibson, he's an old glue factory.
Taj Gibson need to be tired.
Wendell Moore Jr. Yusuf Nurkic, he's got 1 year left on his deal. He'll be a free agent in 26.
Yeah, but you talking about backup bigs. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all might have to draft that guy. Y'all might have to draft him. Just got to get lucky. You know what I mean?
Hey, Mike.
Yo.
I heard y'all trading y'all pick away.
Nah, they keep going back. You know, it's gonna be a whole bunch of rumors out there. They better not, man. I don't. Listen, man. Why would you trade your third overall pick that you barely got? Because you wasn't supposed to keep that pick. It was supposed to be OKC's pick. But since you were so bad this season, you got top 3 pick. Why would you trade that? Potentially a franchise player, maybe Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey, depending on what the Spurs do with the second pick. Why would you get rid of that and trade that for? And look, I'm a big KD guy, but the man is 36, about to be 37 years old, man. And he's not the most healthiest. Like he's injury prone as well. So you're telling me we're gonna have a Joel Embiid injury prone? If hopefully we get off the contract of Paul George in that trade. But if we had to keep Paul George, that's another injury prone guy. And Kevin Durant injury prone. And then you want to talk about Jared McCain. He teared his meniscus last season. Tyrese Maxey got hurt as well. We have our whole starting file would be injury prone, bro. We wouldn't even get through the dang on season. So I wouldn't do it. I would just stick and pick the best available. If it's VJ Edgecombe, go that route. Ace Bailey is the guy I like the most.
I disagree, Mike. I don't think you should draft. Nah, I don't think VJ because that's another small guard. I
like Ace Bailey. A lot of people talking about VJ though. Yeah, I'm going Ace. It's either Harper or Ace for me. Nobody else. I'm either going Harper or Ace, but a lot of people talking about VJ. I'm an Ace guy. People
VJ
trying
like
to say
6'4", 6 something like
6'5".
that. 100.
Yeah. We already got enough guards. We got enough guards. You know what I mean? But I would still draft Dylan Harper though. He's 6'6". I don't care. I draft him in a heartbeat. I don't care about that. Quentin Grimes could come off the bench. I don't care. Listen, if Dylan Harper is what I'm thinking he is, if he's that dude that people hyping him up to be, I'm drafting Dylan Harper with the 3rd overall pick if I have the opportunity. But I'm not getting rid of that pick for even what's his name?
Laurie Marketing.
Marketing. I'm not doing that, bro. Because first of all,
shout out
the
to Laurie Marketing.
I like them. I like them a lot, but at the same time, they're going to want more than the 3rd overall pick, bro. They're going to want multiple first-round picks. They take that Paul George contract, bro. They're going to ask for the 3rd overall pick. They're going to ask. Listen, I'm not doing it.
Hey, Joseph, would you trade for Paul George? Would you bring Paul George to the Cavs?
Oh yeah, you can take him. Take him.
I mean, he's better than what we got at the wing.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what you have to give up, but
yeah, you want.
I think in terms of the KD thing, I think he's already spoken for, and it's not Philly.
Who are you talking about going to?
He's going to Houston.
That's a good fit for him.
That trade almost happened at the All-Star break. It's going to be Jalen Green. Houston doesn't want to pay Jalen Green what he's demanding.
Yeah, he's not.
But I think Phoenix is in a place where they'll take a guy like that because at least it gives them something for the future. But that trade almost happened at the All-Star break, and it just Houston didn't feel like they got enough in return. But I think that trade's already about done. KD and Udoka became really close at the USA Basketball. And
wow.
they've talked recently. I think that deal's already in motion, I think.
Yeah, KD and Giannis will be moved. So yeah, both of them. Yeah, Giannis might go. Giannis wants to stay in the East, but he wants to stay in the East, but he might go out west. Who knows? But he wants to stay in the East.
Where's he saying though? In the East, where's he saying? Is there any teams that they saying?
He said New York, Miami, and LA. That was his 3 destinations.
But the people that can offer something, like the people that have the picks, like the Spurs, the Thunder, like they're the team that really got that capital over there that could really make a move if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Like
I love
Spurs,
Giannis.
Spurs can make a move if they wanted to. Like they have the capital, and they said he didn't want to go to a where you can't pay taxes at. You know, Texas, you don't have to pay taxes.
Yo, if he goes to the Spurs,
that I don't know. I don't know if that would be fair, but
no. Heck. Well, that's in the West, though. I don't got to worry about that until the finals. You feel me?
Well, he said he wants to stay in the East, but hey, I don't know.
So there's
Miami. Why would you go to Miami though? Miami don't got no like Tyler Herro and Bam. I mean, that would be a solid team though. Bam, Giannis, Tyler. I don't think they're not a true contender though, in my opinion. Like they're not. I would rather go to like I ain't gonna say the Sixers. We not trading for Giannis. If I was gonna choose any team in the East, it would be, if I could. I know y'all over the. Y'all can't do it. It would be the Cavs. That would be my number one option, bro. My number one option to play with.
It would have to be Garland and Allen and I think some other picks and.
Yeah, that would be the perfect team because I don't think the Knicks are going to. No.
He likes the Knicks a lot. I know he likes the Knicks a lot.
Who else? I don't think the Pacers.
There's really no other team in the East that he would go to. I don't think.
Pacers shouldn't break up. They're not going to break up that chemistry what they got going on.
Pacers good.
Even though that would be really nice for them if they could somehow pull that off, but that's not going to happen. But I just think the best team would be the Cavs. If there was a way you could get to Cleveland,
bro, if I could, I would. hey, what you call it? They were talking about. I know you probably saw it. They were talking about trading Mobley for Giannis.
I mean, you can have Allen and Garland. We can call it a day.
Yeah. Keep Mobley.
I'm
Mobley
keeping
for
Mobley.
Giannis, like straight up. I mean, not realistic, but yeah.
Oh, that was Bill Simmons that said that.
I think, but Brian Windhorst, I think, agreed also. I think Wendy said, he'll do that deal too.
It'll make y'all way better though. It'll make y'all better. It'll make y'all like Giannis is a better player than Mobley.
I'm in between, bro. Giannis is better.
What does Mobley do that's better than Giannis? There's nothing that Mobley can do that's better than. Well, maybe hit free throws.
He can shoot. He can shoot.
But overall play, he's not a better player than Giannis.
He's not there.
He has a championship under his belt. I mean, what is he? 30? Is he 30 or 31? One of the two. But that means that y'all like really trying to go all in though, because I know Mobley, he's still in his 20s, like mid 20s.
23.
Oh, he's young. Oh no, ooh,
he's young.
That's tough.
That's what I'm saying.
They could get a lot better. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, that's tough.
I don't see anywhere where it says the Cavs can't make the trade though.
You said what?
They're able to match the salary, and I don't see. I'm looking up if they're restricted from trying to get a Giannis. I don't see anywhere where it says they're restricted.
You
I don't think they're
the
over the apron yet.
You sure? Because they trade for DeAndre Hunter.
I don't think that made them a secondary team.
No,
I don't think.
Get rid of Jarrett Allen. Get him out of here.
I think if you trade, let me go on. Let me look this up here. Give me 1 second.
Man, I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Well, you're trade. The Allen thing, yeah.
Allen, Garland.
Hey,
shit.
Yeah.
If you got a future first round pick, give that up too.
If I could, I mean, yeah.
Y'all would be on. That would be the scariest team. Like that would be scary.
On a Giannis, it's kind of. Yeah.
I mean, Giannis and Mobley in the front court
that would be scary.
Oh my goodness.
They would shut down.
I hope y'all don't get that. Let's not even talk. Let's not even speak that into existence, man. Because I'm a Sixers fan, and I don't want that to happen. Because I mean, y'all can have Joel Embiid though. I'll take Mobley for Joel.
I would never.
I mean, I'll take Mobley. I'll take Mobley. You can have Joel. Joel Embiid is a former MVP.
You give us
top 4 champ.
Yeah, we not getting over the hump. We're gonna be in the same problem trying to get the second round, Mike. We ain't.
And I can give you Paul George too, and I'll take Jarrett Allen. I'll take him. I don't even want Jarrett Allen, but I'll take him from you.
Now,
I'll take Mobley.
I actually
and
would
Jarrett
take Paul
Allen.
George over Jarrett Allen. I mean, I know Paul George is going to bust out a podcast after a game, but
yeah,
you know,
he probably would make y'all a really good team, though. He probably would make you a really good team. I think Paul George is. I'm not the biggest Paul George guy. People was coming at my neck when I was saying, "Yo, we should go get Jimmy Butler," and they was talking about, "Oh, why would you want Jimmy over Paul?" But I think Jimmy Butler is a better overall player, in my opinion. But I understand Paul George has his moments. He was great with the Pacers. He was great with the Thunder. He had his moments with the Clippers as well. But what I'm seeing, what he's doing with the Sixers right now, and I know he was hurt, bro, man, giving me 5 points in like 30 minutes is not good enough. And it was against a sucky team. I forgot what team it was against. But he only gave me 5 points in 30 minutes, bro. And Joel Embiid is hurt. Tyrese Maxey was hurt. So you have all these chances. It's not like Joel Embiid's playing. He's taking up like 20 shots, 30 shots. What are you doing?
So I looked on Fanspo, and when you do trades on here, it takes in the apron, right, and puts that into it. A trade for Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, straight up for Giannis works.
They're not doing that straight up, though.
They're not doing it.
They're not doing that straight up.
The Bucks ain't doing that. You got.
Well, I didn't put the picks and stuff in, but because picks don't require. I'm just looking from the salaries from the apron standpoint. Players. Player-wise, it worked. Now I think the Cavs actually may have to give up another piece to help. Milwaukee would be over the cap, so I think
you would
maybe
have to move
Okoro
or
yeah. So one of those guys would probably go too. But that trade does work.
Yo, that would be crazy. If I was a Cavalier fan, that would be what I would try to be putting out there.
I'll be surprised, man. If that was to happen,
I might be his best scenario. If I'm Giannis, if I want to go win, I want to stay in the East, which he's smart to stay in the East because the East is wide open. It's the weaker conference, especially next year. Tatum's out, so you don't got to worry about him.
They're gonna break the team up. So,
I just don't see why the Knicks too. I mean, if the Knicks make the finals, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be so reluctant just to blow that team up like that.
Break it up. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. And Miami, Miami's not anywhere close to winning the championship. It's the Cavs. I mean, really, I don't know another team.
Hey, see, I'm trying to tell, and I'm gonna say this right now.
You got a big small combo with Donovan and Giannis. A big small combo like that, that's dominant. And then you got Evan Mobley who can take the load off of him down low.
Anything is possible, Tunensports. Anything is possible. And after that, Luka, bro.
I know.
After that Luka trade, anybody can be traded, bro.
And nobody thought it was Donovan Mitchell either.
Yeah, anything is possible. After that Luka trade, I said, anybody can be traded at this point.
And after that offseason too, it was all Colin Sexton's our guy. We're like our core, blah blah blah. Then all.
I knew that was BS though.
Right. So everything he said yesterday, I take with a grain of salt.
Right. That's all I've been saying. Like
one thing I like about Koby Altman is he's always been aggressive, and I think he needs to be ultra aggressive this offseason.
I think he gets his comments, but I think Kobe done a great job.
Yeah, he does a good job playing the PR, keeping guys engaged, blah blah.
Right.
I don't want guys. Because he knows Darius Garland's a clutch guy. You say the wrong thing, get me out.
He's going to say the right things. He's going to say, he's going to say the right things. That don't mean he's not going to act it though.
But I think he'll be calling Milwaukee. Oh, I mean, he might be calling him right now as we're talking.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because
where are your first round picks at though? Y'all have a 2026 pick or 2027?
Yeah, we got 26. Let me look here.
Because that's going to be the missing. They're going to want first round pick.
So we got a 20
Giannis, man.
We got a 2026 first round pick. So Spurs hold the rights to swap. We got multiple second round pick. We got a 28 first round pick.
Okay,
2030 first round pick, 2031 first round pick. So
they're going to have to be like a 3-team trade, 4-team trade then.
Yeah,
because they're going to want their pick.
I could see Boston getting involved in that possibly too.
Yeah,
just moving pieces around.
Yo,
I'll
Mike,
be so mad if y'all get
if
him.
we get
I'll be
Giannis,
mad.
Mike, I'm sorry, man. The
I'm not
76ers Christmas is canceled, man.
I'm not talking to you for the whole year, man. Whole season, I'm not
I
talking
will
to
be in
you.
your street talking crazy.
I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
Yo,
pull up
that's
every
gonna be so
stream.
bad. That's gonna be terrible. Mobley and Giannis.
Yeah, the league can't let that happen.
Yeah, Ginobili. I mean, not Ginobili. Joel Embiid is if he's healthy, he can take him though.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy, he can take him. Because him and Giannis be going at it. He'll destroy Mobley. Mobley ain't no competition. But I'm talking about Giannis though.
Mobley got some
Giannis, yeah.
help, you know.
And Mobley and Jarrett gets cooked by Joel Embiid.
Mobley, but that's why they got
they both
all right.
Get,
One
they
on one,
both
yeah.
get cooked, bro. Yeah, they get cooked, bro.
But
Giannis is a different story. Yeah, I know, but Giannis is a different story. You don't got to double team with Giannis all like that. Giannis can hold his own, and he can get you buckets, and he can play. He's just he's a great player, man. Good leader. He don't tolerate bullcrap. He's gonna hold the team accountable. That's another thing about Giannis. He holds the team, his teammates accountable. If you're not playing, bro, he's gonna call you out. And that one move, I'm gonna say this about the Bucks. They made a mistake trading for I don't know what they gave up to get him. Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma was so terrible, bro.
Oh yeah,
Kyle Kuzma was trash, bro. I don't know what happened to him.
Or Shaq calls him Kyle Kuzman. Can't ever pronounce his name.
Terrible pickup. I would have just kept Chris.
Here's the thing, Tune, why I brought up guys like D'Angelo Russell earlier. Going back to Chris Paul, if you make that trade, now you need a point guard. And the list of point guards available: Malcolm Brogdon, D. Russ, Dennis Schroeder, Chris Paul. You'd have to get.
You already got the one I like. You already said the one I like. That would be perfect for y'all.
Well, now in that scenario, you could bring in Chris Paul because Chris Paul's thinking, man, I can get a championship out of this on the way out the door.
Yes, with a Giannis, Mobley,
and Chris Paul was with Kenny Atkinson and Golden State.
Yeah, for that short time. Yeah, you're right.
So they had probably a relationship.
But you saying on a vet minimum?
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, Chris Paul knows he's got to get a ring. You know what I mean? He's got to get a ring.
We still bringing back Ty Jerome. I would.
Yeah, but I don't want Ty Jerome being my starting point guard.
No,
not on that team.
Yeah, off the bench.
I want him off the bench.
Yeah. I forgot because we getting. So you said, I forgot because you getting rid of Garland. I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to replace him.
I forgot.
But do you want? So you have confidence in Chris Paul starting?
I think he could run the offense for 1 year and try to win a championship. Okay. I think just his experience and his familiarity with Atkinson and I mean, the guys he's playing with makes it easy for him. He's never played with
that's true. That's true. Alley oop city with Chris.
But all he's got to do is just get the ball in the right place, get your 8, 9, 10 assists a night, which he could probably still do in his sleep. I mean,
another point guard I like that you said was Malcolm. I know he's injury prone, but I like him a lot too when he plays.
Yeah, him. I mean, Dennis Schroeder's interesting. I think when he's
Schroeder, yeah,
I like him. I like him. He facilitates, plays defense. That'd be interesting. I mean, Russell Westbrook's got a player option.
You don't need what I like Russell. I love
play well
Russell as a player. I like Russell, but I don't think him and Donovan will work. Like they're two of the same. They're two of the same. You need someone more of a facilitator next to Donovan. Because Donovan he can facilitate a little bit, but he's more of a scoring. He's a hybrid guard. So you need a more like a dude like a Chris or a Malcolm or like someone that can facilitate. You don't really need a scorer next to Donovan, in my opinion.
And I know Chris Paul has relationships with people in that front office through LeBron. One of LeBron's childhood friends who knows all these guys, knows Chris Paul. There's pictures of him actually. He's the assistant GM of the Cavs. So there's relationships with the Cavs too. If this scenario happened, you can get a Chris Paul here. If you have a team like that, I keep thinking about that too. And I've thought about this the last couple of days, and I'm like, when I'm looking at Giannis' situation, if you want to stay in the East, I don't really know where else you can go other than Cleveland.
Don't do it.
And the Cavs have the pieces. I mean, Darius Garland's that's a great young piece you're getting back. You still got Jarrett out. And I don't know what to do with Dame Lillard because they still got him for 2 years. I mean, what are they going to trade him to? I don't know.
That would be a tough
Because I'm
freaking
thinking,
team.
why would they want Garland back if they got Lillard? But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but
I guess if you're trading Giannis, you're going to trade Lillard too. Now, where does Lillard go? That's a whole other thing.
Oh man,
because if I get Darius back as my point guard for the future, that's a pretty good trade for them. He's for his age and upside.
But the Bucks, that's why I say it has to be like a 3-14 trade.
Yeah.
The Bucks are going to want their first
picks. Yeah.
Who needs Damian Lillard? That's going to be in there. Yeah.
And Dame might be traded too, because Giannis, he leaving. Dame's going to want to trade, so he might not say he's going to want to trade. So he's out. So yeah, the league's
could
going to look a
Miami
lot
get
different.
involved with Dame? I mean, could the Clippers get involved with Dame? I mean,
I can see him going to Miami.
He's always been flirting with Miami. I mean, that could be the Miami. What they get out of it is Dame.
That's where he wanted to go. He wanted to go to Miami.
Yeah, I could see him definitely going to Miami. But that was when Jimmy was there. Do you think he still wants to go there? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that Tyler is not good. I'm not saying Bam is not good, but they do have a great coach to it, and it's Miami. So why wouldn't you want to?
I think if you give Miami 2 years to get a team around him, they can get it. But I mean, he is 34 too, so I don't know.
I'm about to say he's older, injuries.
Achilles, right? He turned his Achilles.
We had the blood clot.
It was a blood clot too.
That was the first. Yeah,
he had the blood clot. And that's right. So wherever he goes, he's actually out for next year, anyways. So.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, I forgot about. Yeah, so actually, I mean, Miami. He could go to Miami because Miami could sit here, just get ready, get right for a year, and when you come back in 26, we'll build a team next year, and the free agency after that, we can bring a piece here. Pieces here with you. So yeah, I think Miami could work because he can go rehab for a year in the sun, and they can build a team around him.
Another team that we have to think about, like what's going to change the NBA, is the Suns. Because we know KD's leaving. You say he's going to the Rockets, but what about Devin? You think Devin's going to request a trade, or you think he's going to want to stay in? Because if I was Devin, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting out the West. I'm getting out the Wild Wild West. I'm going to the East somewhere. Maybe Devin might be on the Celtics and Jaylen Brown going to the Suns. What do y'all see that? Devin Booker going to the Celtics? In like a 3-team trade, 4-team trade, Jaylen Brown going to the Suns. Because I would want to go to the East if I was Devin. Bradley Bill's not going to.
I want Devin to stay where he at, man. Bradley Bill is he's playing hardball. He
ain't going nowhere.
Got that no trade clause, but the Suns is pretty much done. I know they gave they was building a franchise with Devin Booker. I don't know. I know KD
Devin
definitely going. D Book needs to stay where he at, man. I don't need him out in the East, man.
I mean, you don't want him in the East.
Where can he go? I don't know where he can go.
Detroit? Nah, not.
Oh, that would be nice.
I don't think he wants to go to Detroit. Going from Phoenix.
No,
to Detroit.
but that would be.
But they'd be tough though.
I don't know. I have to think about that. Where could he go? I mean,
or to the Nuggets. Because Jamal Murray is just not he can't be the second best player on that team. Jokic is Jokic, but I mean, I like Jamal Murray. Michael's always hurt. Aaron Gordon cannot be the second best player on that team. So if you put a Devin Booker next to Jokic, that would be dangerous, man.
That could be an option. Because you're right. Because I mean, Phoenix needs a point guard. Never had a real point guard. They get one in Murray. They still have some other guys they could trade. I think Aaron Gordon's out of there. It sounds like him and Russ got in a fist fight during the playoffs. I don't know if you heard that too. Did he show up with like a black eye or something? I heard Aaron Gordon. Did you see that?
I'm not.
I saw it over on Gil's Arena. He said something. They were talking about it. I guess they said somebody snitched out of that locker room. I don't know if there was a fight after it came or something, or he had like a black guy. Yeah, it was middle of that series. I guess
middle of the series.
Let me pull it up. He had like a black guy, I guess, or something.
I've been blacked out, man. After the Cavs, I've been.
I mean, you could tell the Mike Malone thing showed there's a lot of problems in that locker room. But
I didn't even notice it though. I didn't notice it.
Yeah, he had a black eye. It was in the middle of the season. It said it was a mystery. I can't remember. I know Gil talked about it.
In the middle of the season or the series?
It said middle of the season. So it was a mystery of his black eye. Of what it said, unpacking the controversy of January 4th. No, that's not it.
Oh, so that was in the season. Okay, I thought it was in
It
the
was
season. I was
something.
like, I don't
I
know.
gotta go back and watch. Gil's Arena just. Right here. Here it is. April 19th, 2025, during the playoffs.
Okay,
It said he showed up to a press conference. This is a month ago. He showed up to a press conference with a black eye.
Dang.
And there was rumors
Aaron Gordon
that,
did.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon showed up with a black eye. There was rumors that he might have. I think again, Gil's Arena was talking about it. They said they think there might have been a scuffle in the locker room. They were talking about Westbrook possibly being the guy.
Well, you know Russ, man. Russ.
But that's
Russ
around
ain't
the same time when they fired the coach. I could totally see something going off in the locker room. It happens all the time. Your locker room is that bad at that point. I mean, yeah, it was April 18th. I think I could share a screen on here. Hold on.
Yeah, the Nuggets gonna need something different. They can't keep running it back. They gotta figure out somebody that can be that co-star next to Jokic, because he can't do it by himself.
Can you use that up there too?
Let me see. Let me see.
I hit share screen. I don't know if it's shared. I think you got to put it up there.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here, I'll hit play. Yeah, here he is with the black eye.
I think it's just kind of like the open line of communication.
Oh,
I think everybody has a little bit more of an input. I think we all know that we need to come together and hold each other accountable, and we're feeling that.
Yeah, April 18th, 2025 down there.
I mean,
and it says somebody said Jokic's brother bumped him. And
wait,
somebody else said
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
They think maybe he caught an elbow against the Rockets.
Yeah, I remember now. I remember that.
Yeah,
we got down to this one on the live stream.
Hey, Mike.
You crazy. The glasses, man.
Yeah,
hey, yo, but I'm about to get off, y'all. I'm getting off. But I just wanted to say, man, I feel bad for your Cavs. You sitting with the Sixers right now, but y'all do have a bright future, though. That's one thing I would say. Y'all have options, and if y'all do happen to do, if you happen to trade Jarrett Allen and Garland and somehow get a Giannis, or just improve your team. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but y'all not far away. You know what I mean? You're not as far away as like my team, for instance. But we'll see what happens next year. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, brother. We're gonna beat the brakes off of y'all next year. And if we do see y'all in the playoffs, we sleeping y'all. I'm letting y'all know that right now, all you Cavalier fans. We sleeping y'all. You know what I'm saying? We sleeping y'all. I mean, you can laugh all you want, man. But that guy Joel Embiid will be back. You know, Paul George will be back. You know, we're going to have that boy McCain. He's going to be back. Tyrese Maxey. You know what I'm saying? One of the best coaches in Nick Nurse. You know, he's a champion coach. You know, who am I missing?
Is Joel still checking out reporters in the locker room?
Joel Embiid, we just focus on him getting healthy, man. That man hasn't played more than...
No, he slapped a reporter or something this year.
I think he gripped him up or something. But he had a reason though, because they were talking about his brother. They were talking about his brother.
I agree with that. I remember I read that. I was like, oh hell.
Yeah, they were talking.
Reporter.
They're still humans at the end of the day. When you talk about someone, family that died, it's just like, who are you to even come up and say something about someone that passed away? So I'm glad he didn't steal him. I'm glad he didn't punch him or nothing like that. He just kind of gripped him up. But yeah, that was a story that they kind of over exaggerated the story, trying to make it seem like he really put his made him beat him up for, you know what I mean? But he did put his hands on him. He shouldn't put his hands on him. But I understand it. But at the same time, you gotta learn as a grown man. You gotta try to control your emotions a little bit better than that. Especially being a professional athlete, the face of the franchise. You know what I mean? For right now, I guess for the Sixers. You got to control your emotions, man. And if you got the power, Joel, you don't have to have him in the, I don't know if it was at a press conference or wherever it happened, but you have the power that you can be like, yo, he's not welcome anymore. Like, you can talk to the ownerships. You got the direct numbers of the ownership. You can talk to the GM. You can figure a way to not have him be at the press conferences or whatever. So there's other ways to go about it, but yeah, I understand though. Like that was crazy.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah, you don't talk about someone's brother that passed away. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
What's that have to do with basketball? What's that have to do with basketball? You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's somebody who's just not really doesn't know how to cover the game. They don't know the game, so they got to find ways to get clicks.
Yeah, like then so like, come on, man. And then it's like, I understand Joel Embiid. I can't imagine when you have a reporter talking trash on someone that passed away, that your brother that was close to you, and you kind of want to do something to that person. I think anybody would feel those feelings, but you just got to try to control your emotions. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens though. But we'll see what happens, y'all. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless y'all. Have a good day, y'all.
God
yeah, I
bless,
appreciate
brother.
you,
Nice
Mike.
talking to you.
All right, bro.
Hey,
I got
Joseph.
it. Before you get out of here, I got this right here too. You want to show it?
Oh yeah, let me share. Hold up.
People don't know.
Shout out to Mike though, man.
Shout out to Mike. He was great.
Humble said, "How you feel?" He said, "How you feel being a silly goose?" All right, Humble's sick right now too.
I was wondering where he's been. I was looking for him on my live the other night.
Hope you get better, bro.
Yeah, hope you feel better, Humble. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
so
it's
here
the
you go, right
trade
here.
Trade machine.
Yeah, so this one here I did Darius and Jarrett straight up, and obviously that works. Now we can actually add, let's say, an Okoro or a D Wade. Who would you pick here?
You know I'm a curl guy. I know.
Yeah,
if
I've
you want
seen
a
enough
curl
of D
guard.
Wade. I've seen enough of D Wade.
He said, "I'm done with D Wade.
I'm done with D Wade. He can go back to the farm and the tractor. I don't know if we take somebody. Oh, we can take my boy down there. I'm a little biased. This guy right here, Chris Livingston. He's from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, I'm on Chris Livingston.
That's my guy. So we'll bring Chris home. Why not? Bring him back to the 3-3-0. So we got Chris Livingston, Giannis. All right, well, then we can throw some picks in there too. So probably this first. Right. What else? Do you think 28's gone too?
You gotta get them what they want.
Yeah, we'll give them three first round picks
for Giannis,
and we'll give them
a second.
We'll give them the second this year. We're not going to need that roster spot. So
yeah, we're not using that.
You got 3 first round picks: Garland, Allen, Dean Wade, and then we get Giannis and Chris Livingston back. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's a success.
Successful. Oh man.
So that works.
I can't.
The Cavs are still a first apron team after these moves.
Yeah. You said wait, he's still the first apron team?
Yeah, right there. It says this team will be a first apron team after these moves.
Man,
that doesn't really affect them really at all.
It looked too good to be true, man.
I'm all about it. They made it.
yo, man. I mean, Giannis, bro. How can you pass up on Giannis, right? I know you know, older Giannis, but he still is a bad man.
You get Giannis here with those other guys, Chris Paul, like we talked about, just to run the point guard position.
Yeah, we gonna get to the conference finals. I mean, we gonna get past that.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to I think we'll go to the championship.
Yeah, Giannis definitely. That'd be a game changer.
It just all be on Kenny Atkinson to put it all together.
I trust Kenny, man. I trust Kenny.
Yeah,
Kenny's a smart guy. He's been around a lot of great coaches.
Well, I think if you bring a guy like that and a Chris Paul, you got more maturity in that locker room. Guys who have won. Yeah, I think it would take he can just trust guys more himself.
Yeah. Lot more smarter. Humble said K. Oh, you said K better than Booker, around Tatum, Steph Curry. Dang. I mean, I get the K hype. I mean,
would I take him over Devin Booker? Yeah. Would I take him over Jaylen Brown?
He said Tristan Thompson.
Probably. Right now, I don't know. I mean, Tatum, no. Curry, no. KD, no. LeBron, no.
I'm not. No, he's not betting the joke. Oh, stop it, Humble. You.
Kyrie, no. Joel, no. SGA, no. Joker,
Humble,
no.
Stop it, bro.
Everybody's better than Tristan Thompson. I mean,
I get it, man. Come on.
Now, can he wave a towel better than Tristan Thompson?
I don't
That's
think he
the question.
Can. I don't think he can.
I don't think he can either. Tristan Thompson, he showed up with some beach towels out there.
He should be an award for that.
He was waving his ass off with them things.
Oh man!
And he wasn't the most hungover in the Miami series. Clearly, the Miami players were the most hungover, especially in that game 4.
Man.
So bad that Ernie Johnson says it's the worst playoff game ever watched in his life.
Yeah, but for me, it might be the Pacers series, though. For me, the worst series
Have
I
you
watched.
watched the NBA playoffs since? I know a lot of fans that just said they're not watching it. They're done. They're so sick.
Look, I didn't even pull up to you. I don't think you went live after the last.
No, I said why go out there and repeat the same thing. All right, it was just I said why even talk about it.
I went black, bro. I was defeated, man. I really was hurt, man. I really was hurt. I was really hurt from it, and I was hurt, man. I couldn't. It's hard, like it. You know, you're a basketball fan, but it's just hard, man. The team.
I think what made it worse too was seeing Boston lose, because all year long we thought it was you got to get through Boston, you got to get through
right,
Boston. And to see that it's the Knicks and the Pacers, and you're like, you look at the West too. I mean, it's two teams that have never won it before. You're kind of like, man, it was wide open to go win it this year.
You got to have a new champion.
I still think next year it could be wide open too in the East. So you can get to the finals, I think, easier next year.
Yeah, Kobe said it, but that's why Kobe's most likely going to run it back this core for this team. Maybe make it's probably a move to be made to help the bench or whatever.
Koby Altman, I need you to listen to me, Kobe.
Yeah, listen to Joseph, man.
I need you to get on the phone, call to Milwaukee, and say we will give you Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, all the trade we just mentioned, all the picks. You can have Dean Wade. You can buy him a tractor up there. You can go farming. Right. You want a heated driveway for your house up there? We'll get you a heated driveway. Right. You want a Slyman sandwich from here from Cleveland? We'll get you a Slyman sandwich. Unlimited. We'll send them up to you. Right. Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Jimmy Haslam actually is part owner of the Bucks too. The Browns owner. So, maybe if I'm Jimmy Haslam, hey, Jimmy Haslam, can you give us some help? Right. You're part owner of the Bucks. You got big stake in there. Send your boy back here. Well, you can make some money off it too. He can go to a Browns game, wave a towel for you in the dog pound, woo. You know what I mean? Try to sell the team and all that. Put on a Shador jersey, right? It's a win-win for everybody. So why not? I mean, get on the phone. Call Jimmy Haslam, Koby Altman. Tell him, listen, you like Cleveland more than Milwaukee. Why don't you send him here? We'll give you some pieces back. It's a win-win for everybody. Whatever you want, we'll give it to you.
That was beautiful.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
That's all I got, folks. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share to Tunensports. And,
make sure you shout out your channel, Joseph.
Oh, yeah. And come over to my channel as well. It's just my name right there, Joseph Ladman. Come on over to The Real Media. That's the name of the network. My show is The Real with Joseph Ladman. Any parents out there listening to this, or people, coaches, or people with children playing sports, I highly recommend checking out my latest video on Sunday. I interviewed legendary coach, world-class trainer, trained Butch Reynolds, trains many pro athletes now. Johnny LeGrere, Akron legend. Anybody from Akron or in the area might know Johnny LeGrere. I interviewed him on Sunday, and he dropped a whole lot of gems on there. We even talked about some of the Cavs injuries and what he sees from a sports science perspective. He's got a lot of experience. So go check out that interview from Sunday with Coach LeGrere. There's some great stories in there. It's a great podcast. I think especially parents and coaches who have younger athletes, or if you're an athlete out there right now, listen to this. You go listen to that podcast. I'm telling you, there's some stuff in there, some gems he gives you that'll help you take your game to the next level with your child or your team. So go check it out.
Yo, check it out. I'll make sure I share it on my page too.
I appreciate
just
it.
in case they,
And like I said, if you didn't subscribe already to Tunensports and you're a Cavs fan, just don't be a Cavs fan anymore. That's all I got for you. I'm out.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Joseph, man. Joseph, good dude, man. He got a great platform. They do good work over there. So make sure y'all tap in with Joseph, man. You said, shout out to Tom. I ain't see Tom K in a minute. Shout out to my guy, Tom K, man. What's up, man?
I know that ain't who I think it is. Little Big Brother.
Shout out to Tom K. Salute, man. Hey, man. It's unfortunately, the Cavs, had a failure to the season, man. But we'll be better, man. We'll be better. Like Donovan said, we'll be back, man. The Cavs will be back. Let me just get to these last comments before I shut it off, man. We've been up here for a minute. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to Mike and Joseph, DFJ. Even though he left, I guess he had to go. Shout out to DFJ too. We shout out to Kato. Yeah, humble, man. I get it, man. I get it. But when you say this, like, imagine you say this in a room, full of other hoopers, right? They're gonna do this.
Thank you.
Shout out to Humble though, man. I know you like Cade, man. Cade is nice. He's gonna be special. I mean, he's already a top 10 guard for me. So Tom K said DG durability is an issue. Pacers did Cavs like Cavs, did the rest of the league all season. Yeah, they put I don't want to say they put belt to us, man, but that was they beat us up pretty bad, man. Yeah, DG durability. DG just has to, like Kobe said, if he could, like, get stronger, I guess, dieting, I don't know, man. Darius always gets hurt. Unfortunately, this time it was his foot. Re-aggravated his foot, his toe. But I don't know. I mean, do you want to break up the backcourt? I mean, I still, gonna give DG a chance. I mean, I'm sure, but if a deal come up, if it's a deal that makes us better, I'm all for it. But I know DG really likes being, in Cleveland. He like being a Cavalier, and he do want to win, like, for the, the city, whatever. After LeBron. Shout out to my man Joseph, man. Joseph, tap in with Joseph. He said Pacers have athletic depth too, tough-minded. Yeah, they have everything, man. They are a together group. They have the guys, like we mentioned. They had a bench. They have a great coach. Could be top 5 coach right in the league. Rick Carlisle is excellent. He outcoached Kenny. They play pretty good, man. That 94 feet and pushing the pace, like it was tough to overcome, man. Especially when your guys banged up. But it's all good, bro. It's not over, man. We still have a window, and I think we're gonna be better. We see what Koby Altman gonna do, what moves could be made, if you decide to move on from somebody off the bench. But I think he's going to bring the core forward back. I think he, wants to give him another chance under Kenny Atkinson for a year or two. And possibly, do we see DeAndre Hunter in the starting lineup? I don't know, man. That's a good question, though. K doesn't even right. Hey, Joseph, right, man. Hey, right. Like humble. I gotta hit you with the shame, man. You tripping, man.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Still, wait. He's still in his prime.
He wasn't in his prime.
Yes, he was.
He was not in his prime.
Yes, he
See,
was.
you don't know basketball. You just got caught. It's official. You don't know basketball.
He said so many paces, running loops, getting through screens, tough. Cavs could. Yeah, man. He said Mobley was cooking though. Not sure, limited by angle. We didn't get Mobley more involved. We even if you watch it, we talked about it on here. They went away from Mobley. I know Mobley's not that guy that's going to demand the basketball. That's not who he is. At least that's not him right now. Kenny could have done a better job getting him more involved. But yeah, they went away from Evan Mobley at times. But but then seeing Pacers had much of an answer for Mobley. Yeah, Joseph talked about that too. Getting Mobley involved. Mobley was getting, I don't want to say having his way, but he was getting his buckets. They couldn't do nothing with Mobley in that first game he was playing. And like I said, man, we went away from Mobley, man. That's why Koby Altman spoke about, I guess, getting Mobley, increasing his usage. And I'm interested to see, what next year Mobley will look like. He's going to take another jump. That's what Koby wants. He already took a jump this year, Nothing bad to say about Mobley. He's young and he's going to get better. Hey Tom, hey, what you think about Giannis from would you trade Darius and Jarrett Allen for Giannis? If we could get Giannis, would you do that deal? Since that's a topic. Don't know how realistic it would be, but yeah, everybody's trying to say Cass could get Giannis or use Giannis. Pacers couldn't score on Mobley, Wade, Hunter, but could not stay that big. Yeah. See, Wade is I like Wade. I used to defend. Yeah, I used to defend Wade, man. But Wade, I don't know, man. I don't know about Wade anymore. Wade is definitely a expandable player. I love it. I love his defense. I think he's a good defender. But yeah, Wade is if he did have some moments. He did help on a rebounding battle. We had a lot of 50-50 balls, but I don't know about Wade anymore, man. Had to, yeah. Damn, not the Shane. Yeah, you gotta get the Shane, bro. You tripping, humble out here tripping, man. You out here trolling, man. But yeah, man. I think I read everybody comments, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to Tom K. Shout out to Humble. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Wiley and everybody. Mike, Joseph. But yeah, man. That's it, man. We can only move forward from this, man. It's hard. The playoffs are still going on, but it's tough to watch the playoffs, but it is what it is, man. It really is what it is. Cavs forced to switch because small guards couldn't fight through screens, and that's why you have to you have to replace that, man. You have to replace that. But we're gonna see what happened, man. The Pacers was hunting the smaller matchups, and and then you had bigs on Halliburton and guys. But give credit to the Pacers, man. They was prepared. They had a great game plan. They was ready for us, man. That 94 feet and transition is just it's a killer, man. It killed us. But let's not forget the injuries, man. But yeah, I don't like this. I know Kenny like to run 3 guard lineups, but yeah, me personally, man, I want to get bigger. I want to get bigger, but yeah, Kenny likes the 3 guard lineups too. But it is what it is, man. Tunensports. I want to thank you. Yeah, appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. Shout out to you, man. Always. Shout out to Humble on the social media now. Shout out to Humble though, man. Humble finally on the social media. He said, "What's the song you've been listening to?" A song I've been listening to, man. I don't know off the top, man. I ain't been listening to nothing. I ain't been listening to nothing recently. I've been busy and trying to be productive on YouTube, but yeah, man, probably some underground. The last I could think about, some underground. Hey, and don't sleep on the gospel music. Shout out to the gospel music. Don't sleep on that, man. Don't sleep on the gospel music. But shout out to Humble, man. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you on the playback, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Shout out to you, and you. And I will catch you on the next one, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and hit that sub button, if you're new. And hit that like button because it's free, man. But y'all already know, man. It's wine and go. Y'all know the 2 words. Go Cavs.
And he has brought new life to the Cavs and Cleveland since LeBron James. And when I say the best shooting guard in the league, I'm standing on that. He is Donovan Mitchell, Spider.